Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you guys to after the journey, actually, after the rebirth journey. This interview is going to be with Michelle Beckford, and I'm so excited, so excited. We're going to give people some time to make sure that they get in the room, and we're going to make sure that we live on the platforms that we're supposed to be live on, and then we can go ahead and start. Let's see.
Yeah. So we're just, as always, we always kind of check our technicals right at the beginning of this and make sure everything is pretty good, and then we'll be flowing and moving along.
Okay.
And I think that everything is
Yeah,
going
so it
well.
just now became live. So in a
Right.
minute, you're going to have to play the intro again.
Okay.
But that's once we make sure everyone that we're live. Hey y'all, we are going to be live on multiple platforms today. We are going to be live on Instagram.
Yeah.
We're going to be live on
Facebook.
two different Facebooks, and
Mhm.
we're going to be live on
YouTube.
also. So right now I'm just going through and making sure that everything is set up. Okay, I'm seeing that I'm live here on one of the Facebooks. So now I'm just going to share. I'm going to share from you, babe.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. So we chilling. It's been a minute. And so we are back. We're really excited for what's really popping right now, what we got, in store for you guys and different things to share, new things, new products, new features, all this new, all the new, right?
All the new.
And as we do that though, this segment or section that we're highlighting is something that we're really bringing back. When we first started pretty early off into our journey, we started moving into technology in a way to where we could, interview people that were having these experiences because we felt right, it was necessary. And the reason why I say that is because, we never want to come off like a car salesman, right? Like, you should do this. This is the best thing possible. Blah 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 blah. You really wanted people to be able to just share their own story, allow that to resonate, and we just move in some authenticity and just have a real deep conversation about their experience, right? And our experience from our perspective, right? Their experience from their perspective. And so that went off pretty good. And so now we just got caught up in doing so many other things, adding on so many, growing, right? Growing. And so now, we back in the mix. And I'm excited for who this person is because this person, I'm going to speak on her just real quick.
Well, I was going to say not yet. Don't speak on her yet.
Okay.
Like I said, I wanted to give some time. Oh, I need to make sure I check to make sure we're live on YouTube.
Okay. Yes,
Before
please
we do that,
so.
because one thing that we have to do is we have to make sure that we're live before we start the introduction again.
Okay. Well, yeah.
We did this introduction, and let me tell you something. We gonna play it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. True.
That's all
true.
I'm saying.
True. Let's see.
Well, you know what? Go ahead and talk just a little bit about her, really, really quickly, and then while I do this.
Well, again, it's one of those situations where I want to talk about the guest speaker. My wife is telling me, no, don't do it yet. But I'll say this. I'll speak in generalities, right?
I don't see us being live on YouTube.
Okay, so let's see. Let me check. Let's see. We should be here.
Hold on. Oh, it says you are live there, but I don't see Yes,
There
we
you
are
go.
live.
Yeah, I was gonna say
There we
everything should be
go.
good.
Okay, perfect. I
All
just had to
right.
make sure that we got the people in the room that's supposed to be in the room. And from this point on, can you go ahead and start? And once we come back from oh, they said we're live on YouTube.
There you
Yeah. So
go.
yeah, we're gonna be
Right.
talking over here. I'm be talking over
We
here.
gonna
I'm
be
be
talking
talking
everywhere.
everywhere because we everywhere.
Right.
um, but after we do the intro, we're gonna come in and I'm going to introduce myself, and Zeno is going to introduce himself, and then we will introduce the guests. And that's
Yes.
when you can say what you want to say.
Okay,
Because I'm gonna
beautiful.
let you introduce her. Okay.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so
All
that's
right.
how we rolling, y'all. Again, welcome. We thank y'all for coming in, and we gonna get right to it. So, y'all ready to get it popping? Y'all ready? Look, it's like y'all ready. All right, let's get it. All right, all right. So we in the house now. Want to
Yes.
welcome you guys to after the
rebirth
rebirth.
journey.
Yeah. These are some very, very I think just vivid, intimate, and authentic interviews of people having their experiences. And we're gonna talk about a lot of things. The before, right? We're gonna talk about the before and what it took for them to be able to even get to the space. We're gonna talk about and cover some things, what happened in ceremony for them, their perspective, our perspective. And then we're gonna talk about the integration that also took place while in ceremony. And a lot of times, of course, right, we don't do these interviews uh what I like to say like immediately afterwards. We like to let some time settle in so that people can integrate, and we want to talk to them about where they are after the
Yeah,
journey, after the rebirth
exactly.
journey.
And with that being said, I just want to introduce myself for the ones that may not know who I am. I am Shaman Vision or Princella, either or. I'm not married to either one. And I am a shaman and a spiritual healer. I'm a lot of different things. But right now, we're going to talk about the
Right.
shaman side and the
Right.
spiritual healer side. I'm also a spiritual business mentor, and I guide people across the veil inside of their spiritual universes in order for them to tap in and connect to the root cause of whatever the issue is, the upgrade, the next level, whatever spirit says is priority for them in their lives according to what their intentions are. And so I am excited and I'm grateful to be able to be walking in my destiny and helping others awaken to who they truly are and learning the power that they truly hold,
Hmm.
because we are some truly miraculous beings
Mhm.
if you really knew.
To say the least.
Yes, and I'm gonna let Zeno,
There
my
it is.
husband,
There it
Zeno,
is. She
introduce
basically
himself.
let the cat out of the bag. But my name is Zeno, man, and I am a medicine man, a shamanic sound healer, spiritual guide. I also do a lot of things, a financial professional. Here's the thing, though. I'm just a good guy overall. A husband, a dad, you know what I'm saying? A really good friend, um, and a seeker of knowledge. I know we always use the word truth. Uh, and I got to be honest, truth is subjective and it's based off of our perception, what we experience, what we see, right? And there's different degrees to that. So, with that, though, that's enough about me. Because, again, I am excited. I'm extremely excited about sharing this individual with you guys. Um,
Before you do that, I have a question.
yeah. What?
So, are you able to pull up the comments?
Mhm.
Because I'm seeing comments on like Instagram and
Mhm.
and they normally pop up on the feed, right? Because
Yeah.
I see
So
someone said, "Great spiritual brother."
okay.
So
All right.
you're a
Hey,
great
well,
spiritual brother.
I received that. I received that. You know what? Yeah. Again, everything is linked up and synced up the way that it should be.
Okay, so
So if comments come in, we just have to be watching everything,
yeah,
and you know what I'm saying, looking out for that.
yeah. As we can, we will add the comments on the screen,
Mm-hmm.
but there's always some kind of delay because plus we have people tuning in from all different kinds of time zones,
Mm-hmm.
and so when you're dealing with Wi-Fi and stuff like that, it can be a little delay. So we'll show the
Right.
comments as we can show the comments. Okay, baby, go ahead.
Okay. So did this person, from the moment that we actually talked for the preparation of them approaching ceremony, I fell in love with this person. I felt their spirit, um very educated, very knowledgeable, very well traveled individual, and at the same time, spirit is so bright, and her heart is so light. She's naturally so funny, and I mean, she will have you, I mean, bent over from laughter, just from her perspective on life and just different things. And you know, it's always the funniest when it's the truth, right? And so she is a truth teller. And when she came into ceremony, it was, I know this sounds redundant with every person, but I swear it was beautiful. It was beautiful as a guide to watch her go through her journey. Her journey was one, I say, you know, is really up there in regards to what the standard, right, of what a journey somebody would really just want to experience, at least from the way that it looked,
Well, yeah, from what
right?
someone will probably would like to experience,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We will talk more about her journey when she get in here,
Mm-hmm.
but I completely understand where you're trying to go with it because
Yeah.
everybody want to say be able to
They,
say in
they
their journey
journey.
what she was saying in her journey.
Right,
So,
right.
you
Oh my
know, but
gosh.
let me just say this before we introduce her.
Mm.
For the ones that feel called to, first of all, let me just say this for the ones that's on YouTube, watching us on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
I need y'all to like, I need y'all to subscribe, and I need y'all to hit the notification bell so that y'all will be able to know when we go live. You will be notified. And Instagram, I need you to be able to hit the notification bell so that you will know. And share this live. Share this live with some people that may be vibrating on the same frequency. And so, what was I getting ready to say before I said
I
that?
have no idea,
I know
because
you
I'm
don't remember
I'm
because
over
you
here.
sitting
I'm
here.
focused. You
Oh
understand what
my
I'm saying?
God! One thing
I'm focused
Zeno
on
gonna
handling my
do.
business.
One thing Zeno gonna do is type. Okay, Zeno is gonna be typing. Okay, so she said I'm on YouTube. Okay, so we got some people
There
over
you
here on
go.
YouTube too. Okay,
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
So what's up, YouTube land? But I
Mm-hmm.
do want to say this for the people that feel called to come to this space before we even start with introducing Michelle and bringing her in the room as our guest. I would like for y'all to understand, get all expectations
Wow.
out of your brain. If you
Yes.
plan on sitting in any kind of sacred ceremony with us where we are
Yes.
guiding you beyond the veil, remove all kind of
Mm.
expectation because expectation is going to breed disappointment because it's
Okay.
not going to show up in no way, shape, form, or fashion that you would think, because your mind cannot even fathom, because you'll be tapped into the mind of God, that mind that has remembered everything that you have ever experienced in this life and in previous lives. And so I just want to say before we introduce Michelle,
We
I
just
was
gave
so
away her
I already
name.
did that. I already said Her name is in the email. Her name
Okay.
is on the
All
flyer.
right,
Her
good.
name.
Okay,
So
good.
we
Okay.
everybody know her name. It's
Okay.
Michelle.
All right. I'm like, don't give it away. It's that when I tell
I
you,
know
it's that
y'all are
special.
gonna fall in love with Michelle. I already know, but I want to say I was so excited to do this after the journey
Mm-hmm.
interview
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like her journey was so exciting, and we get ready to bring even more after the journey interviews. We've been
Yes.
holding off and we've been pausing on doing these interviews, but we back and we in full effect.
There it
So,
is.
with no further ado, go ahead and introduce her, baby.
Okay, so we bring it to the stage. All right. No, honestly, a very beautiful individual. Um, and again, her experience was really deep. It was profound and it was special in the sense that um, there were a lot of things that showed up for her during her journey. And I can say that these things that showed up activated some things within our space, in our lives, in the most positive way. From her even just being in the space, and you know, of course, that happens, right? Because we're all energetic beings. But she opened up a portal in this space,
Yeah, for real. And
and
so I'm excited to get to that.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So without further ado, we getting ready to introduce Michelle Beckford. Y'all say what's up to Michelle Beckford. Do you hear me? Oh, okay. Let's see.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute, where'd she go?
Right. So let's go back and let's do it like this. Oh, she disappeared.
Uh-oh.
So she came
Oh,
up out of the
so that's her signal. So she'll come
yep,
back
her signal
in.
came out.
Yep, her signal failed.
Okay. Well then look, just like these are things that take place, right? We already know. Okay, here we go. All right. So let's do it like this.
She's back.
There we go.
Michelle, can you hear
All
us
righty.
okay?
I can hear you perfect.
Woo! Okay, man, you made it. See, that's very symbolic, right? That's very, very, very
Yeah,
symbolic.
can you
Yes.
maybe pull us over a little bit more so we can both be in the screen?
Okay, sure, sure,
Extending.
sure. Mhm. Okay.
I'm over here trying to produce behind
Right.
the
I need
scenes
you to
stuff. You know,
just
like
stay
I
stay
got this.
focused. Okay. So you got people already greeting you when you come into the space.
Nice.
And yeah. So, ma'am, I need you to go ahead and talk to our guests. I love you so much.
Okay, I'm just waiting on him
Okay.
to fix the screen so I can see more than just my
Hi,
iPhone.
everybody.
So we got people saying, "Hey, Michelle, hey,
Hey,
Michelle," coming on
everybody.
up in here. I'm seeing them on all these different platforms that may not be showing up on this first platform. Let me just start off by saying I am so excited to have you in here in this live.
Yeah.
And can you just introduce yourselves for the people? Let them know what your
Sure.
name is, where you're from, and how did you find us, or how did we find you?
Right.
OMG. Well, we all know that me finding you didn't have nothing to do with you or me in the physical.
Hmm.
Um, because I was looking for this type of platform, but I'll just start off with who I am. My name is Michelle Beckford. I live in Chicago, Illinois.
Hey.
Hey, I am originally from the East Coast, but this has been home for decades. My kids were born here. My life is here, and I am an avid traveler, and I make it my business to see this planet because it is a beautiful place,
Mhm.
regardless of distractions and everything that tries to take us away from ourselves every day. This is a beautiful place and it must be
Yes.
seen. I believe that part of our job here is to see it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and getting to California was definitely on that list.
Mm.
Yay.
Meeting you guys too. So
Oh man, it was beautiful.
very cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was beautiful. So I don't know how deep my wife wants to go in right from the top, but I mean, for me, I'll just speak for me. For me, I really want to kind of get into the before in a way, uh before you coming to the ceremony and in lieu of you preparing for the ceremony, because like you mentioned, you are already like searching out for the right kind of space, the right connection, um in order to even go on your journey, period.
Hmm.
You are already on the lookout for that. And so the fates would have it that we ended up connecting. But kind of explain, what was the one thing, if you could name one thing, that you realized, you know what, I know that I need a shift. I know
Hmm.
that some things need to change.
Hmm.
And if you don't mind sharing, what was that thing or things that caused you to really go in deep and go, yo, I need to do something. I need to do something radical.
Sure. Well, I think that a lot of us out here, when you enter the realm of knowledge and ascension, um, it's a rabbit hole that never ends. I'm sure that everyone can attest to that. And after you go, because I can say that I woke up per se, 9/11. That was my, because I was just like, something right.
Mm, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So but when you constantly get bombarded with the fear, and they love to talk about death is a big thing in the media.
You're right.
When celebrities die, they say, oh, Michael Jackson dead at 50 or whatever. That's what
Right.
you get. So and I just realized that none of that was helping me. Like, why do I need to know that somebody passed away in St. Louis or
Mm,
Cincinnati or Florida? Why do I need to hear about a car crash in Miami? Like, why is it always that? Why
Mm-hmm.
isn't it ever, a good day? How come we can't have one good day on the planet? Not one.
right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's really how it started for me. I think the transition, or the demarcation point, what is, okay, I've got all this knowledge. Clearly, every algorithm on social media got me on some knowledge, because it is just off the charts now,
Right.
and it's almost too much.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And it can be.
so and that point, that crossroad really is, when are you going to take this information and do something with it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm kind of tired of constantly hearing about astrology and numerology and what's going on in the cosmos, as above, so below. I mean, it was just like, okay, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So, I had a conversation I had with you guys, is that I had seen a video of the owner of a ayahuasca retreat in Costa Rica called Rhythmia,
Mm-hmm.
Ayahuasca.
and
Hmm.
ayahuasca, and his, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I've never done that,
It's
but
it's ayahuasca.
ayahuasca,
There you
Ayahuasca.
go.
Yeah.
ayahuasca.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. And that story like blew me away. And then, of course, you start, now I'm looking for stories of people who've had these experiences at these places, because I know they're all over the world, and they can be very extravagant, thus very expensive. um but that's kind of where my focus was. I was thinking about doing, because I wanted a real breakthrough. I didn't want any more social media intel. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I was just like
Yeah.
kind of over that. And in my mind, that was going to be my next level, right? To kind of break out of this and become that girl, that me, whoever I really am. I
Yeah.
thought that was going to be what was going to get me there, so I can skyrocket into this amazing person that, everyone in the spiritual world keeps telling me I am. Oh, you chosen, you this, you that, so
Right.
um uh and I was headed that way. Saving up the money, I had planned on, bringing one of my sons with me on that type of that retreat. Then one day I was on Instagram and um, I believe I was watching a live of one of your clients that came down there, and I'm so glad that I'm telling you, these lives are it. That's what had made me decide that this is
Mm,
absolutely what I'm doing, because that person was borderline terrified, I would say.
yeah. I think
Her
I
story,
think we know who you're talking about too.
Yeah.
yeah, it was like her story. I thought it was, I mean, I literally couldn't stop laughing. And that's only because, not because of her experience, it was just the response she was getting from the shaman that was cracking me up. But but I knew because she, she wasn't having a good experience. She wanted to go home. She was making phone calls to the family, come get me, blah, blah, blah. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, like, I know that, I may not have that experience, but if she could, because I'll just fast forward at the end, she was like, I would absolutely do this again. She was elated. She was
Hmm.
happy. She was renewed. And that was my light bulb. After listening to that live for an hour and how kind of borderline traumatic it was for
Hmm.
her to transition, because I wasn't expecting that at
Yeah.
the end of the live.
Hmm.
And that was my love up. I was like, you know what, that is everything that I'm looking for, and I don't need Costa Rica to do that.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's when I knew I was going to do it then.
Wow.
Wow, that's absolutely beautiful.
Hmm.
I just want to put this story into context just a little bit. She is talking about uh, someone that sat in ceremony with us, and she is from Vegas. And before people come and sit in ceremony with us, usually in the Zoom call that we do before you guys get to ceremony, I normally will ask Spirit, what is it that Spirit wants
Hmm.
them to know about
Hmm.
their journey? And
Hmm.
so Spirit will give me cards. And so this particular time that this young lady came, Spirit told me to wait until they came into the space to pull
Mm,
the cards. So I waited to
Hmm.
come in for them to come into the space for them to pull the cards. And when it was her time for her card to be pulled, the card that jumped out was Coyote, and it jumped out extra fast. And when it jumped out, I was like, "Oh hell no!" I put that card back in that deck so quick. I was like, "Oh yeah, Spirit, that came out too quick."
Yeah.
And I just know that this is not the Coyote.
Hmm.
But
Hmm. Hmm.
if it's the Coyote, give me the card again. So
Yeah.
I'll do that right when
Hmm.
the card comes out too soon. And when I tell you that card, that same card shot right
oh
back
my God.
out extra far, and I said, "Damn!" I said, "Okay."
Hmm. This is
You
what
got
it
the
is.
coyote. This is
Yeah.
what it is. And I just want to
Yeah.
explain it to you. I said,
Hmm.
the coyote is a trickster.
Mm,
And I said, the
Hmm.
coyote will make you feel like that you're going in detours. You're hitting detour after detour after detour, but really it's a setup for the come up.
Mm.
So I said, don't start your shit. That's what
Hmm.
I say. I would tell everybody that in ceremony.
Right.
Before ceremony start, I said
Right.
multiple times. And they'd be like, well, what do that mean? It means whatever it means. Don't start it.
Hmm.
And so I typically take the medicine before uh, the guests, the participants take the medicine. And when they take the medicine, I go and I clear my way because I am human and I have things that I need to clear, and I can't bring my stuff to their stuff, and it's just stuff,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So during that time, uh, I really wasn't even at a place to where I had all the way crossed over. Now, I always tell people that, oh, it can take about 30 to 45 minutes for the medicine to kick in. And, but it can kick in as quick as 15 minutes, right? And if it kick in on 15 minutes, it just means that you the one got to do the most work. It don't
Right.
matter.
Mm.
That's what we're here to do. We're here to
Right.
work. Now, mind you, I took the medicine first. So now I'm upstairs and the medicine I'm not all the way crossed over. And here comes Zeno. Somebody wanted to see the shaman. I was like, oh my God. I already knew it was the coyote. I
Uh-huh.
already knew it was the coyote. I come downstairs and she's like, I'm like, how you doing? She like, no, 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 no. I can't
Yeah.
stay here. I can't stay here. No, no. I'm sorry. How do I make this stop? How do I make this stop?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, you don't make it stop. You
Mm-hmm.
on your journey now.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to go on your journey.
Yeah.
And so she was like, no, 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 no. I can't stay here. I can't stay here. So at that point, I said, come on, get up. Let me take you back here in this other space. And this is the space where I took you. And I can't wait for us to talk about when we
Yeah.
made it back there in that room.
Yeah.
And so when we made it back there in that room, she said, no, 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 no. I can't. Now we going back and forth and back and forth. And then next thing you know, she's speaking to her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And she hears the drum in the ceremonial space. And she tells her husband, see, they in there playing the drum. They in there trying to take me in deeper.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
dude, I said, so it's nobody else in this ceremony but you. Okay, we playing the drum just for you to
Just
go
for
in.
you.
I said, she really, to tell you the truth, she kicked me out the room, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like, just leave out the room and just leave. I was like, look, I'm not about to stay in here with you anyway and tarry with you all night long, but I will be back.
Mm-hmm.
I will be back. And when I came back to check on her, she started going deeper and deeper into her journey. And it went from, I can't be here no more. You're going to have to come and pick me up because she was supposed to be here for 2 nights. And she was like, I won't be here. I need you to be here to come pick me up at night. I was in the spiritual realm. I knew her husband wasn't going to come. I knew everything was going to turn out the way it was supposed to turn out.
Yeah,
anyway.
he was real cool about everything too.
The second time I went in there to go check on her, all she can do is laugh and smile. And she's, oh my God, now her journey is getting deeper. Now it's getting more beautiful. Now she kind of judging herself a little bit like, why did I fight this medicine? Now she's begging for him to come in the room and play the drum. So with that, that journey, and that live is up. I believe it's on my Instagram. If that's what, I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but we'll make sure that if it's not, that it is put up there, because that live was hilarious. And
yes, it was.
That brought you in, and I am grateful that we did it.
Yeah,
I'm
me
grateful
too.
that we did it, and she cannot wait to come on another journey. So now let's get to your journey. Is there anything
inside
that you wanted to ask?
Well,
baby?
it's a couple of questions real quick. I mean, when you enter the ceremonial space and you come in, is there anything immediately that you notice that's taking place within you? Because again, like before you come to ceremony, you're again, you're already going through some challenges. You're going through some epiphanies and some levels of awareness and awakeness to the point to where you're being drawn to make this change or experience a rebirth, however that's gonna come, right, in whatever form. And so now you get here, and is there anything immediately that you know about yourself that maybe shifts, or is there anything that you experience to kind of either solidify it or to make you go, wait a minute, I probably need to put my guards up a little bit more just from whatever it is that's going on in you? Was there anything happening then?
Right. How did you feel walking into the space?
Yeah.
So I can say that last year, 2025, was the year I really learned about being intentional. I think that, because of the way we were all raised and, how this world works, we have a tendency to fall into autopilot with our lives and just kind of go with the flow. And yes, there is always some uncertainty with the unknown, and your nervous system tries to kick in, and You want to question, what am I doing here? You know, I'm at LAX now. I'm getting a car. Now I'm
Right.
going
There
to a
you
place
go.
I ain't never been before. I mean, I go to California quite a bit. Had never heard of the place where you guys lived before, but um,
Mm.
when I say intent, I had purposely asked in a meditation or even in prayer one morning before I woke up, before I got out the bed, that I just want this to be about peace and love. That's it. Like
Mm.
I asked for that,
Yeah.
and so I can say that with that was answered immediately when I got to California. I did not have not one flaw getting there,
That's
getting that
good.
car,
Yeah.
getting to your space. I didn't have any issues at all. So, and because of that, I didn't have any
There you go.
second guessing or questioning. The space was beautiful and amazing. I'm all about nature, so I love that. You know, California, where you're around certain even trees that you don't see in other states. So
Yeah.
Right.
I noticed that immediately, like, okay, this is really chill. It's cool. As you all know, it was probably the heaviest, rainiest weekend of the year.
I
Oh my God. It
know.
was. It was.
And I never
Yeah.
seen, as many times that I've been in Los Angeles, I had never seen it rain like not visible driving rain. It was raining like that.
It was
Hmm.
pouring down. Let me
It
say
was
this. That
pouring,
was the
pouring down. But I believe that was for me as well because I do love, living in Chicago, and I believe I was with you guys in November. It's starting to get dark at 4:30,
Right. Pretty early.
less sun or whatever. I believe that if that sun was shining and if it was warm, I would have tried to get up out of there. I would have tried to be outside. I'm telling you right now. So it was perfect.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do want
Have
to say
car
this.
will travel because
That
that's what I do.
that was the very first time that it had ever rained in a ceremony ever. So I know
Like the whole weekend.
the
It was
whole
Yeah.
it
weekend.
was torrential downpours. It was unbelievable.
Mm.
But again, I think that is, you know, kind of just kept me grounded, um because inside your space, looking outside is just as beautiful as being outside.
Mm.
So I really appreciated that because I know me. And I would have been like, let me just go to the store real quick or something. How can I get out of here? But that wasn't gonna be an option. So it worked out for me.
Right.
No, it
I
was
love
not
it.
an option. It was not an option at all. For
Right.
sure, for
Right.
sure.
I
Yeah.
gotta say this too on Michelle's behalf. We found out later that Michelle is like she's a foodie. She's like a food connoisseur, and her palate is really good. So we'll get into that later on.
Yeah.
So hearing you say, "Hey, I just probably want to go to the store," or it's like, yeah, you probably would have figured out a spot. Just period. Like I feel like that happens wherever you go. You're gonna
Absolutely.
find you a spot. So
Absolutely. So
yeah.
I'm just glad everything, it's always divine. That's the thing. It is regardless of what you think. I remember a long time ago, I heard the phrase, um, you think that those thoughts are really your thoughts? And I never understood what that meant,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and I heard somebody say, oh, you really think that that's air you breathe in?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like, what are these metaphors? Like, what does all of this mean?
Right.
But when
Mm.
you have these light bulb moments, that's when you realize that my thoughts are not always my own. They're not.
Mhm.
And I know that we look for signs. Like I've always seen 1111. I've been seeing it all my life. I
Mm.
did not know what that meant.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, even when I used to eat meat, I used to see it. Even if I was buying chicken, the chicken would be $11.11. I'm like, what is this? Like seriously, it
Yeah.
was everywhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it brought me to the realization that
Mhm.
um your thoughts aren't always coming from you. They are coming from your higher self.
Mm-hmm.
And if we take the time, um and we have that peace with your nervous system, which is a huge thing for me now, because you don't realize that your nervous system, it's called that for a reason. And
Right.
that's what's keeping you nervous and overthinking and doubting yourself and
Yeah.
judging yourself and all of that. That's got your nervous system on, like whack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, when you realize that and you are intentional about bringing that to calm and bringing that to peace, then you will get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to be intentional about that as
And
well.
you have to be intentional. So I was intentional when I left Chicago. And
Yeah.
when you're intentional, you really don't have any issues. Like, I mean, that was a time where the government was shut down and planes were falling out the sky. I was
Mhm.
like, look, we ain't doing none of that. When
Mhm.
I get on this plane, it's
Right.
gonna be chill.
Right.
Bless every man, woman, and child up in here, and I'm gonna go to sleep
Right.
and take a nap
Right.
and land safely in LA. And
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
And
is.
that's just how I roll now. Like,
Yeah.
this is how it is going to be for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And whatever energy I can project that calmness to,
Mhm.
that is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a symbolic of being what we all are in essence, and that's just walking in your creativeness and being a creator,
Yeah,
right? Overall.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
So
ooh, we
yeah.
now I
So
already know we
yes,
get ready to
let's
shift gears.
let's get
Hmm.
into the
Hmm.
get into. So
Yeah.
when you came in the space, this was your first time sitting with any kind of sacred medicines, right?
Correct.
Okay, so the first medicine that we sat with was hape or rape, and that medicine is it is an indigenous snuff from the Amazonian rainforest,
Hmm.
and it is blown through the nostrils, and it helps to protect you in the spiritual realm. It also helps to unblock the third eye chakra. It is for protection. It detoxifies. It calls in a clearing, and it calls in calm and peace. I just want to say that you did excellent
Mm.
in that. Can you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about uh, that experience and what it was like for you?
Sure. So I can say that I was chill, cool, good with that.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like, that could have been my weekend. And
Mm.
Mm.
it's called Hape
Hape
Yes.
or rape.
Hape or rape.
or Rape. So that kind of that prepares you for what's to come, right? That's what
Yes,
that's for.
yes, it
So
prepares you for.
yeah, that was, to me, that was cool. I was good with that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So and again, you're doing something you've never done. Of course, your mind is gonna be like, "What you about to do, girl?"
Yeah.
So,
Right.
especially like, and because I believe I was there with somebody else, and she went. I believe she went first. So when you're like the second or the last, I can imagine if you guys have 5, 10 people and being the last one.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
would have been like, oh Lord.
Yeah, that's
But
another thing. It was perfect because it was supposed to be more people in the ceremony space with you guys, and they couldn't make it. So it
mhm.
was almost like this one was extra intimate.
Yeah.
Yes,
So that's how I knew this one was like gonna be. All of them are different, but I knew this one was gonna be different on another level. Go ahead. You said you
yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah. But so when it's being explained to you, it's almost, you have the feeling that you are, at the edge of an airplane door with a parachute. That's what it feels like. And
Wow.
you just about to jump into the unknown,
That's a good analogy.
screaming. But it is a leap, but there's no fear and there is no screaming. So
Mhm.
it just goes to say that your mind will absolutely take you to places that don't exist.
Mhm.
So I was trying to, while I was watching the person before me, I'm just watching. I'm, very observant. And Zeno, I have to say, is you are absolutely doing what you are here to do, because your precision, your words, it's also calming and so well explained, you can't not want to do it
Mm.
because you're breaking it down,
Yeah.
from A to Z. So I didn't even have, because you guys all, when after or before we started anything, it's like, do you have any questions? I never had any questions because it was just so well explained and so well, the preparation was done so well that I was, kind of fearful, but yet excited just because I didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to take, the hot bait just with that, um, within me, just watching the way you did it with your wife and with the other guests. So I was at ease. I didn't feel like I was jumping off that plane because I was so at ease and I was very ready when it was my turn.
Mm.
Wow. Well, I do want to thank you sincerely from my whole heart for that experience that you had. And that's something that my wife and I, we really shoot for overall, in hopes that everyone is at least approaching these sacred medicines in a way that, because again, we realize that a lot of people, they're dealing with the unknown. So there's going to be a little bit of fear, a little bit of angst. That's just
Yeah.
automatic. It's our job. One of the primary things in being uh, a facilitator, an administrator, and a spiritual guide is to make sure that the space is safe,
Absolutely.
period. And we've done years and years, literally, and years of studying and moving with these medicines, developing relationships with this technology because it is intelligence. And to have you experience that clearing, right? And I feel like the more that people kind of come to the space with some work underneath their belt, some experience. See, you mentioned earlier in this interview where you said, hey, you know what, right before I woke up, it was like either during meditation or prayer or both. That was a signal for anyone that was listening that, guess what, it's about being in your personal time when no one's looking,
Hmm.
no one else is aware, the things that you're doing intentionally in order to be able to upgrade, right, your personal life. So you bring that into the space, even though, oh my gosh, okay, this is my first time, I don't know. You had a beautiful experience, and you
Right.
had a
Hmm.
beautiful experience because the work met it. Does that
Hmm.
make sense? The work actually met it.
That's
So
right. I want
I
to
love
I
that.
want to
Yeah.
add, before we talk about this next sacred medicine
Hmm.
that you sat with the teacher for hours and hours and hours that night.
Hmm. Hmm.
um, I just want to talk a little bit about that sacred medicine so that the ones that are on here that may not understand how it works or why it has the power that it has. And that,
Yeah, and
yeah,
I'm like,
that
really?
gnat is like really trying to go up your nose or something. But Nat, I'm gonna tell you, if you get over here, you gonna die tonight. I'm gonna tell you, you can't stay up here, and you gotta go. So back to what I was saying.
Right. I'm like, huh? I don't know what's going on. Hmm.
uh, when you talked earlier and you said that you moved with intention, that's the thing that we are called to move in. We are called to move into intention. And when people register to come in for these sacred ceremonies, we have you guys fill out a health intake and consent form. And on that form, there is where you will place your intentions. What is your intentions to come into the ceremony? What are you releasing? What are you calling in? And you wrote your intentions down. And on top of that, we got on the Zoom and we pulled your cards. And I told you, I said that from what the cards is saying that the ancestors are showing up.
Hmm.
Right? The
Way.
ancestors was not just showing up for you. The ancestors
Ooh.
was showing up for the other people that was supposed to be in the space also. So
Hmm.
I don't know how they gonna show up. I don't
Right.
know in
Yeah.
what way they're going to show up. But I
Right.
tell people, whatever your intentions are, you're going to get all of your intentions in ceremony. Plus, you just cannot be attached to
Right.
how it's going to show up, because it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to show up how you think, because your mind can't fathom. And so we talked about the ancestors showing up, and now you are tapping into this sacred medicine, this ancestor that has known you and your ancestors in
Mm.
life. And so
Mm-hmm.
now you are speaking with your powerful words
Mm-hmm.
into the atmosphere, and that vibration is met, because now you're getting ready to go inside of your spiritual universe.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is, when you go inside of your spiritual universe and you cross the veil, it is if now the teacher has turned you on the inside out and has removed all the masks
Mm-hmm.
or masks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's time for you to go on your journey. And your journey was not like, no, 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 I can't
No.
stay here. I'm not gonna be here. No, no, no,
True. True.
It wasn't,
Yes.
like that or anything. Like I told you guys beforehand, I take the medicine before anyone else does. And I am clearing my way, and Zeno comes to check on me, and I'm just checking how's everybody doing. And I ask how is Michelle doing, and Zeno says, all I can say is Michelle is down there just saying bravo,
Yeah.
bravo,
Yeah.
bravo,
Encore.
encore, yeah,
Yeah.
encore, encore.
Yeah. I got to speak to that real quick. Again, as a guide, it's also like our jobs are to make sure that we're overseeing everyone. So we're looking, and we're attentive to the people. We're also attentive to the spirit. And so, as a guide, we're looking for every little flinch, every movement, every little sound. Uh, Again, to make sure that the participants are safe, they're going on their journey, and if in fact they need help in any way, right, to navigate that journey.
Yes.
But to hear a participant then with their hands moving in emotion, just flowing, and okay, that's an automatic symbol that, oh, this is a good situation right here, right?
Mhm.
From the guide's perspective, it's like, this is some beautiful stuff happening right here.
Mm-hmm.
But when you hit us off with the bravo, bravo, I was like, wait, what is it? What is that? 'Cause we never heard that in ceremony.
Mm-mm,
And
mm-mm.
then it was like encore. It was like again, again. I'm like, I want to know what that is, right? Like, and
He couldn't wait to. He could
right,
not wait to
right.
talk to
Yeah,
you.
I
He
had to
could
stop
not wait.
myself from getting you out of that phase to go. What are you? What's happening? Do you feel?
Oh my gosh.
But it was that beautiful, and I knew I
It
was.
was.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be amazing. Mhm.
Before you talk about that, I just want to want to say, once you sit with this sacred technology, there is a process that happens called the crossover, where you are crossing over the veil. And it is different for everyone. For me, as
Sure.
a shaman, because I am much deeper into the spiritual realm than everybody else, for me, it feels like I'm freezing cold. It's uncomfortable for me.
Mm.
Freezing cold. It feels like I'm
Wow.
standing outside with no clothes on, and it's the
Mhm.
winter time.
Wow.
I cross over, I have to have my blanket that's plugged up to help me cross
Wow.
over, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't happen with, with a lot of people in ceremony. Some people may get, warm. Some people may feel, a little nausea. It just depends. Everybody is different. Some people cross over, and it's like they just step into the other side.
Yeah.
Are you aware of anything that you was experiencing before or during the crossover? Because I know a lot of times, when people sit in this space, their mind, they're kind of like, wait a minute, do I feel something? I think I feel something. I think I might feel something. Damn, wait, did I just see something? Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Just talk a little bit about what was going through your head at that point, and then you can go ahead and get to the encore and the bravo.
So, you know, I think I probably experienced an ego death because I did not like while I was waiting for the Hape experience, the ego was still there kind of in my ear, like, okay, you don't know what this is gonna be like, you don't know what it's gonna feel like. Watching, you know, the person before me. However, after I took, let me just say this. The medicine tastes phenomenal.
Really?
Like
Wow,
I
see?
love, I don't know what was in that cup,
I told
but
you.
I'm drinking and then there's something, you know, something that you can kind of chew on that is floating within it. And it was so good. I
Wow.
really wanted another one, but I knew I would probably be comatose if that happened. So I'm just doing what I'm, you know, asked to do. And um, so that stuff is very, very good. And I wasn't
Thank
expecting that
you.
because again, in my mind, you know, and I'm thinking ayahuasca, I'm saying
Aya.
I.
Aya.
Aya.
Yeah.
ayahuasca, and I'm
Mhm.
hearing how awful it tastes and you
Mm-hmm.
know, people, you know, vomiting and yeah, all I hear is like how disgusting it tastes, and everyone kind of agreed on that. So I was pleasantly surprised how this tasted. So and let me just start there because I was always the hape relaxes you. Um, so you're very open to what's next
Mhm.
because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is what took me from the ego saying, what you about to do, what you about to do, to complete calmness.
Oh,
And I was ready for the medicine, and I'm so glad I was ready because it was so good. It tasted so good.
uh,
Oh, I'm so glad
So
because I'm
that's
a
how it
real
started for me. That's definitely how it started for me. And I must say the acoustics in your space
hmm,
is like bar none off the charts. So
Oh,
thank
the music that was coming through is what took me over to um what appeared to be I was in like an opera house and I've never been to the opera,
mm,
but because of the acoustics of the music, I can only assume if I was watching or listening to an opera, like the sound is bouncing off the walls and it's like going through you.
yes, it is.
yeah.
And that's what was happening to me. So, when I say every chord of the flute, clarinet, drum, I felt all of it. Like the music was a part of me. It was amazing, and I was so I'm in this opera house,
Mm.
and that's when the guide showed up. And that's what took me to Bravo. And I can get into that now if you want.
Yes, but I just want to say this. The fact that I said that the ancestors were going to show up, we had a little bit of an expectation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The expectation, and I know better. But the fact that, Michelle, you had told me that
Mm-hmm.
your father had passed away.
Hmm.
Um
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting your
Wow.
father to
Yeah.
show up, right?
Yeah.
Me too.
We both were expecting for the ancestor.
Yeah.
The medicine be like, didn't I tell you?
Right.
Yeah.
Don't be expecting nothing
Don't
because it's not
expect
gonna show up like
anything. Don't ever it's just like, and to me it all coincides with our physical lives because you know we have babies and they always give you a date that kid's supposed to show up and it's never that date. So you know it's just
Right.
all you know it's just like this you, this unnecessary expectation that's in your mind.
Uh-huh.
And I do have a tendency to glamorize, romanticize, you know, my expectations because that's just me. I'm a very, kind of harmonious, down to earth. I love love. I love to watch people in love. I literally count people who hold hands because we just don't see it anymore.
Mm.
So, I mean, but that's me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was expecting to see my dad. I've had a lot of family members pass away over the last few years since COVID.
Yeah.
And so I thought that they were all going to show up with warrior gear, shields, swords, all of that stuff, saying, yo, we got you, whatever you want to do, we got you.
Right, right,
I was expecting all of that. And
right.
I got none of that.
None of it.
Yeah, you was ready to to go in, right? And
Yeah.
no, no, your initial and original intention, that vibration that you put out in that state of consciousness that you were in that morning during prayer and meditation was
Hmm.
met by the universe. It
Hmm.
was.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
tell us what happened,
So I will have to start for people to understand
please.
these guides that I did not really know were like real. Like you you tell yourself, okay, I got spiritual guides, I may have a couple, one on each side. I may have, three or four, and then, you have a parent pass away, and yeah, that's gonna, he'll always be with me, whatever. And again, it didn't come through like that. So I will start this by saying that maybe about 4 years ago, I did come across a book called the Sophia Code, and didn't know anything about it, but I love my audiobooks because I travel a lot. So the Sophia Code is about a woman who is a writer, and this is a true story, by the way. She was in a cabin at Mount Shasta, and while she was writing, she she heard a thunderous noise. Now she's by herself in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. You
Right.
know us, we would have been up out of there. I would have had my
Yeah,
Straight
for
up
parachute
sure.
off, and
on.
that would have been the end of that story. But thank goodness, I there was a book that came out of this that flowed to me. So anyway, she heard a thunderous noise while she was in the cabin, and then she heard a voice, and it was Sophia. So Sophia, for those who don't know, is also source, whatever you want to call it, universe, the creator,
Hmm.
the same thing.
Yes.
And Sophia was speaking directly to her, and you can, I'm not plugging the book or anything, because I honestly believe that most of the intel from that book came to me while I was sleeping,
Mm,
because I would fall asleep on that book every night.
Okay.
mm,
Yeah.
wow.
So I before I could even finish reading it. But
Yeah.
that's when I learned that that book is for that is really the better scenario is if your subconscious is listening to that audio. Anyways,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
in the book was introduced the Sophia Dragon Tribe, and this is Sophia Dragon Tribe are ancient masters, feminine, divine feminine masters. And it just, if I have to name them,
I'll put it
there,
up on the screen too for you.
yeah, there's Isis, Hathor, Green Tara, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary,
Hmm.
Mary Magdalene,
Hmm.
and White Buffalo Woman.
There it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. So I got all of that right. Okay,
Yes.
cool,
Yes.
cool. That's off the top of my head. But now, so I'm into this book. Now these divine feminine messiahs are channeling through the author of the book, The Sophia Code. And each one of them come in, tell you about their lives, the terrible things that they've gone through as humans here. Um, we're talking, rape, pedophilia, um, violent physical abuse. They
Hmm.
went through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And now they are, as masters, they are aligned. Um, what would you say? Through longitude and latitude, they are specifically aligned throughout the globe
Mm-hmm.
to help us with ascending, remembering who we are,
Yes.
and also for protection. So, anyways, I didn't. I was. The book is phenomenal, but you kind of glaze across that word dragon, right? The Sophia
Mm-hmm.
dragon tribe. It's just like, okay,
Right.
here are these, master,
Yeah.
feminine
Ascended
entities,
masters. Uh-huh.
but don't ignore the dragon.
Right.
That was the part for me that I was subconsciously gravitating toward,
Mm-hmm.
because I found a bookend, a dragon bookend that I bought. It was like $10 made of plastic, but that's what I chose to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm going to show you something that I have on right now, because it's all for a purpose. I also wear dragons. That had nothing to do with the book or
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with your ceremony.
Right.
There's dragons everywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
when after ceremony, I was like, good Lord, I believe I was a dragon. It may have been like a zillion years ago, but dragons play such a massive role in our yesterworld and our today world. It
Yes.
like I totally believe in dragons. I believe that they used dinosaurs as a deflection
Mm-hmm.
of what was really here, and that was dragons.
No, for real. No, for real though.
Yeah, because I said that, and it also, and I'm gonna, go back and kind of clean all of this up. But I did say, when our second day together, that I thought that Jamaica, which had that major hurricane, earthquake, whatever all of that was, I thought Jamaica was sitting on top of a mountain, but now I know for sure Jamaica's sitting on top of a dragon. Jamaica is part of a dragon, like many of the Caribbean islands are, including those closest to Venezuela, which
Mm-hmm.
we
Right.
won't get into right now.
Okay.
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 So, because thinking things are waking up.
Yes, yes. Let's talk
Okay.
about that. Let's talk about that because
Yes.
uh
Mm.
when I have people come, a part of the tools that I have them bring is a mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them that, I said, because once you cross the veil, you may have closed eye visions, you may have open eye visions, you may have both. You may have neither. You may have download after download after download, or you may have all three.
Hmm.
So for the crossover, I have people to put the mask on. And at some point in time, I say, look, at some point in time, we're going to tell you to take the mask off.
Hmm.
This
Right.
point, it was time for me to work with Michelle. And so I came to Michelle to check on her, and she was deep. You was extra, extra,
Yes.
extra deep when I came
Uh-huh.
down to check on you. You and the other participants was very, very, very deep. And I could see, in the spiritual realm of the journey and the different flashes that was showing up. And I really didn't want to take you out of that, but spirit was saying it was time for you to come into the other space. And I said,
Hmm.
hey, Michelle, come on. I said, you ready to work with me? I said, come on back here in this other space. You said, do I have to get up? Like, do I have to? Do we have to go back there? I said, yes.
Because I had front row seats to this like massive concert that I was enjoying more than anything
Right.
that I had ever experienced in my life, and I just did not. I couldn't believe how grandiose it was for me. Like, it was the Dragon Tribe letting me know that they are very real.
Hmm.
They let me know that they have been with me,
Mm.
and I believe they showed up in ceremony, because I always said, oh, if I ever met my spiritual guides, I would love to thank, because it's a thankless job being a spiritual
Mhm.
guide. I can only
Yes.
imagine, right? So I'm like, man, if I ever get the names of my spiritual guides, I would love to, thank them, because that's what I do when I travel, especially on planes. I thank everybody else's spiritual guides, because I know that they are either unknown or never get thanked.
That's
So
Wow.
it. That's it.
that is my airplane flying protection. Is
Yes.
when I sit down, I make sure to acknowledge everybody else's spiritual guides, and then I do a visualization of protecting the plane with light. But just
See.
I was blown away, just that the dragon tribe showed up, like they let me know that we are the guides, like who you've been wanting to see, who you've been wanting to know. You already have our names, you read
Right.
about us, you know our stories, and now we are going to communicate to you through the music.
Mm.
Mm.
And that's what happened. And it was phenomenal. And that's why I kept saying bravo and encore, because I couldn't believe the performance I was getting.
Well,
It was amazing. It
I,
was amazing.
I like to kind of hit on something that I think, because I got to be honest, a lot of times when we're in the space, uh, just as much as the participants are having their journey, for the guides that are there, it's normally my son and I, we also have interchangeable. There's a couple of people that actually come in and help serve and help guide individuals on their journeys as well when we're in these ceremonies. But I think there was something that Spirit told me to share with you. I'm unable to remember everything, but
Mhm.
even now, I like for people to really pay attention to the correlation because, again, the way that this can be perceived by those that aren't necessarily uh, awakened, right?
Here it is right here. You had me send it to her.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
I don't know. You want to read at least some of it, or
okay. Yeah, I can read. She actually pulled it up.
yeah, because you asked me to have Zeno remind you on what it is that he had to tell you, and so I
Yes.
forwarded it to you, and so I have it here. If you want it now, or if you want it later, I don't know what you want.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just again I'll just share what's here in my spirit now, and then I guess I'll confirm that with what was delivered, right? Actually, there in the space that I can remember and hold on to for you to deliver to you.
Sure.
But I'd like for people to make this connection. It can be, people can walk away if they're not really tapped in. They can walk away going, man, so in essence, this woman, she went somewhere. She didn't really know what was going on. She ended up taking something. And then, okay, now she felt some stuff and now she's seeing dragons and feeling music and all of this stuff. Like, okay, sounds like a really cool weekend and I need to, jump on and, to have some fun, right?
Mhm.
Recreation.
Right.
But I like for people to really catch the symbolism because a lot of times that's the way that spirit speaks, shows up in ways that are like right in your face. That if you're not aware and really tapped in, you'll walk right by it.
Mhm.
The Sophia tribe is a tribe of dragons, which I've already put up, and I'll put this up again real quick, right? Is a tribe of dragons, and dragon symbolizes immense power, wisdom, strength, transformation. These dragons are acting as guardians of hidden knowledge, encouraging self empowerment, shedding old ways, and embracing authenticity. Now, it's seven of them. It's seven. We have seven energy centers that are all connected to specific colors from red, orange, yellow, right, green, blue. Then you have the we say, I don't even say purple,
Indigo,
but indigo is
indigo,
a deeper purple, indigo,
mm-hmm.
and then either purple or white.
Or violet or white.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, she was in ceremony and they showed up, but they showed up in the form of sound.
Mhm.
That's extremely, extremely important because now what they were doing while she was across the veil in the spiritual realm was they were communicating to her through vibration, frequency, and resonance.
Mm.
If you've ever actually just taken an ultrasound An ultrasound is simply a machine that harnesses a certain amount of hertz from sound
Mm.
go through gel. There's a substance, gel. What it's doing is it's mimicking what we're made up of as human beings. The gel is really like a fluid for
Mhm.
this ultrasound machine to then emit the sound through the gel so that it can project an image so that they'll be able to see what's inside of us.
Mhm.
This is what I just said isn't make believe,
Mhm.
that's real in this realm.
Yeah.
Spiritually, these dragons, that tribe showed up for her in order to deliver not only messages to her through the vibration, but it was also doing spiritual and physical and genetic work on
Mm.
her through the sound, vibration, and frequency. Now I'm gonna read this. Okay. Now I'm gonna read this.
Awesome.
So, what was delivered in the ceremony, I said by spirit, I said, I wanted to share something about your retreat experience. When the 7 members of the Sophia dragon tribe showed up through sound for you, it wasn't random. It was resonance.
Mhm.
See that? That intelligence tends to appear when someone is ready for a deeper recalibration. And
Mm.
from a scientific angle, sound affects the body all the way down to the cells.
Mm. Oh
Acoustic
my God.
vibrations interact with the mitochondria, which is the power plant of every cell in the body. In every cell that we have floating in our body, the mitochondria is the actual component. It is the thing inside of the cell that is like the nuclear plant
Wow.
that we have here. In essence, it's enough power to create a bomb,
Wow.
okay, in
That's
one
amazing.
cell. So now, from a scientific angle, that sound is affecting your cells down to the mitochondria, and they act as your cells' energy portals. This is what spirit was telling me to give to you, Michelle,
Wow.
which
Oh
can
my gosh.
boost what's called ATP. And ATP is the primary molecule used by cells to store and transfer energy for nearly all cell functions, or in plain English, is usable energy. So they showed up, and I'm still not done. Showed up to
Wow.
recalibrate you, re energize you on a cellular level through sound. That was their mission and goal. It says it lowers oxidative stress. So here's the positive outcome and benefits from why they showed up.
Mhm.
It lowers oxidative stress and supports cellular repair. Sound also influences how your cells hold together, improving adhesion and structural balance. In simple terms, I gave you that, but in
Mhm.
simple terms, the sound you felt from their presence was helping your system move towards homeostasis, or balance,
Mm.
harmony, and a reset from the inside out.
Wow.
What came through for you was both spiritually symbolic and biologically supportive. Now,
Wow.
in saying all of that, that's what spirit gave me to give to you.
Mhm.
Who wouldn't want to show up to a space where you can actually get worked on
Mm.
non-invasively to re-energize you on a cellular level to prevent future harm
Mm.
to come to you? If that's not being a dragon to hide the wisdom that you're obtaining inside of you,
Yeah.
right? The spiritual unhidden truths that you have now been exposed to and you have harnessed and scavenged to be able
Mhm.
to obtain. Ooh,
Mhm.
I don't know
That's amazing.
What
I'm gonna
else
need
would you
all of that.
Zeno is
I
on
need all of that sent to me.
Zeno
right?
is going in
I'm
tonight,
just saying,
okay?
right? Like,
I mean,
is
that's
it
amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yes.
That like I would have never thought because you're just see we walk around this place and we just think we are people and
that's
we
it?
aren't. We are so much there's so much more to us, but when you don't know, when you allow all of these interferences to come in, you think that's you.
Yep.
Right.
But I was that feeling, everything that you're saying is because I got goosebumps right now, even you just reading that is exactly how I felt. That is, I mean, it was that music was going through my
Yes.
soul. It was
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, and it was the same music you all were playing when I walked in
Hmm.
earlier that day. But for some reason, when that medicine kicked in,
Oh,
it just that music it took over me.
yes.
Yes.
So all I can do, I know I was smiling. I was trying to
Yes.
lay there with my
You
eyes
were
closed, but I
singing.
could
Yes.
not stop smiling. I could not stop laughing because I just couldn't believe how magnificent this was. And I
Uh-huh.
and then tears just kept coming to my eyes because it was nothing I expected. It was 10,000 times better. And that's the thing. You're not expecting better. You're expecting for
Right.
the fear, something about that fear to show up and validate that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But when you get something so much better, all of this or something better, which is how I like to end my meditations by what
Mm-hmm.
I'll take all of that or something better. I say it all the time.
Wow.
I absolutely got to
Wow.
10,000% better than
Yeah.
what I thought it was going to be.
Well,
Mm.
I'll leave you with this short, everyone with this little short additive uh to what is being shared.
Yeah, before we get to the next
Yeah, the next
nitty gritty.
phase. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with this is that the medicine is built in such a way that if you experience it, you're walking away from the medicine knowing that this is a godlike creation. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it wasn't until you let me ask you this. Did you listen to any music at all, whether intentionally or just via by being in different areas where music was probably playing? Did you hear music anywhere at any time when you started preparing to be able to come to the ceremonial space, whether that was in the airport or on the airplane or you got into the vehicle? Did you turn the radio on? Did you listen to any?
I mean, I'm from Chicago, so I'm a house head. So I listen to
Okay,
house music quite a bit.
okay, right? The birthplace.
That's all I had playing in the car, my ride to you in that rain. That's all I had.
Mm.
Okay. So my point is that it's not so much that we're unable to feel music on a deep level when we're in the natural realm. Of course, it gives us chills and goosebumps.
Yes.
Emotionally, it evokes emotions. It allows us to cry and gasp for air, right? All of
Hmm.
those things we go through just in this natural realm. But understand the components and the ingredients and the makeup of that particular medicine
Mm.
is built in such a way that it lowers walls in the brain and it creates now it is sparking new life in the side of the brain that we normally use, which is the left hemisphere of the brain.
Hmm.
It begins to create new neural pathways and you're now navigating untraveled territory. You're tapping into the subconscious. So now sound doesn't just sound like sound, you can see it.
You can.
Yes.
People can taste it.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel it move through your body. You become one with the sound.
Yes.
And so
Mm-hmm.
now you're receiving this, let's just from the conscious level. From the conscious level, isn't that probably about the highest resonance that you would want
Yes,
to
it
be able
is.
to, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So it makes perfect sense that they showed up at the perfect time. That tribe knew, oh, she's been
Yes.
locked in with us. She's been falling asleep and she's been feeding her subconscious
Yep.
with this information about us. her heart, her mind, her emotions are already emitting a frequency right towards us. It's only right that she intentionally went into a healing space. That's the location that we need to show up and bless her.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, with haste. They didn't even wait. I don't even know how long I was laying there before they showed up immediately.
Like 10 minutes. And I'm not even joking. It was like 10
Yeah,
minutes.
you kicked in fast because
Yes.
Yeah.
I was not even extremely deep when he first, came to check on me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm excited. I do want to add to this the music that we create for this space. Let me just say this music has been being curated for over 15 years.
It's amazing.
I just want to say that. And this medicine is curated specifically to guide you on your journey. And it guides you on the journey across the veil while your ego is dormant, sleep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That first night, your ego is sleep. It's not a complete death, but it is sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell people that before you go in like that, you want to make sure that you understand that this is a opportunity. It's not an obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the opportunity for you to go across the spiritual veil. That's the real realm.
Mm-hmm.
The realm that influences this physical 3D realm because it is the realm that we come from.
Right.
That's the true realm,
Right.
right? The ego is the I of the self, right? I am Michelle. I am a
Mhm.
African American woman, or however
Mhm.
you identify.
Right.
Right. I live here. I have these children. Yeah, on the
Mhm.
surface, right? That's the vessel that you chose to come down here to do your work in.
Mm-hmm.
But when we come down here, we have distractions. We have distractions. We have contracts that need to be fulfilled. We have paths that we have to walk. And so when you cross this veil and you're flipped on the inside out and there's no mask on,
Mhm.
you're feeling, you seeing, you
Yes.
experience
Yeah.
on a whole
Yeah, for the
completely
first
different
time.
level.
Yeah, for the first
For the
time.
first time,
Yeah.
deeper than you ever thought
Mhm.
that you can experience in this body.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, I saw that in everything in you when I came to disturb you
Right.
from your the performance that was going on,
Yes. I
right?
was in bliss. Yes.
And all I know is Spirit was saying, pull her back here, pull her back. I'm like, okay, 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 okay. I did not, I walked past you a few times and I was like, okay, I hear you, Spirit. I hear you, Spirit. Come on to the back. And so you finally got up. I think I was on one side of you and Zeno was on the other side, and we helped you in the room.
Mhm.
And when we helped you in the room and you laid back on the couch and you looked up at the artwork, the feathers on the
Oh,
wall behind you,
Mhm.
and you said, "Oh my God." Tell me about that.
yeah. So
Well,
that
wait,
was
wait,
that was so.
wait a minute, hold on,
Yes.
wait. Before you say it, I would like, if you can, baby, is
Okay.
it possible for you to just show a clip of the feathers,
Oh,
the actual feathers that she saw, the four feathers?
Oh, sure. Let's see.
That one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the artwork here. Now, mind you, this picture was taken in the daytime. So this is not how she saw the wings. Okay. The lighting was no way like this. The lighting was curated, it was completely different.
Yes.
The space was different. It didn't feel like this. It didn't look like this.
Right.
But this is what she saw. And when you saw that, you said, "Oh my God, can you tell me why you said that.
So now this is when I really started tripping. I was fine before I walked into the room. I was tripping in the room because the first thing that I said was, "Oh my God, they came with me." So what I meant by that was because I have two very similar pictures or paintings on canvas in my home that are literally set up facing each other just like that, but they actually have faces and they're wearing the feathers that you have in the middle. So
Mm-hmm.
I said to myself, "Oh my God, my girls, they came like my whole house came with me that night."
Yeah, your
Wow.
guy.
Buddha, your Buddha, I have the same Buddha. The Buddha came because when I saw your Buddha, I was like, "Oh my God, you're here too." So I was just
Yeah.
like they all. I felt like that level of protection was just literally. I was surrounded by protection. I mean, I was surrounded by the love from the dragon tribe, and then when I walked into the room, I realized that I wasn't so far away from home after all because my home is on your walls.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the heck is
And
Mm-hmm.
I want to say the wings, the angel wings on the outside with the black painting. When she said that and I looked up, like I've always known that those were angels, right? I always known that they were angels. I've seen them in so many ceremonies, but
Mm-hmm.
I saw them differently, like I had never saw them before. I
this?
saw them as women, feminine energies,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw them facing each other, and I saw them speaking to each other. That's what
Mm.
in the ceremonial space. Now, Zeno, if you can pull up the picture with both of them facing each other in her space so that you guys can understand what it is that she said they came with me. This is in her space. Can y'all see that?
Uh-huh.
Those are my girls.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and we're gonna pull up on each one of these real quick
Yeah,
because
that is absolutely beautiful.
It is, and they've been sitting up there for 10 years.
Mm, 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 mm. Look at
So
that.
it's nothing new. And just when I walked into that room and saw them, I saw them immediately. And as I'm looking at them here, that's exactly how I saw them on the medicine on your wall. So
Mm,
I just could not believe that they were there with me. It was that blew me away more than anything that night. I couldn't believe it. I
yeah.
yeah.
could not believe it. I
And
still
I did
can't.
not, and I had no clue. I had no clue that these were there in her space, in her home. I
Mm-hmm.
had no clue that there were two women or anything. All I know is that when I looked up, I saw two feminine angels looking at each other and speaking to each other. She showed me these pictures the next day before she got ready to leave, and my mouth was all the way on the floor. Can y'all see the
It
similarities?
was just I'm blown. I'm blown. I'm just blown away by it. I just can't even believe that it just came just like that. Like I just never felt so grounded and protected and just like sometimes you don't know if you're doing the right thing in your life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, that to me just brought it all together. Like that was the moment I felt like I don't know what my path is necessarily, but I know I'm on the right one.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I knew then that I was definitely in the right place at the right time. I'm on the right path. And even though there's times that I feel like I'm not doing anything, because sometimes you don't feel like doing shit, right? You just don't.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But even in those moments, you're still on the right path. That's what that was my outcome from seeing it in your home. I was like, this is just absolutely meant to be.
Yes. No, like for real, for real.
Hold on.
And And the beautiful thing about it is, when we came in the room, in the space, you started to tell me about the dragon tribe. And
Mhm.
she started to explain to me what she was experiencing in the other room, and how the music was moving through her, and how they were singing and performing for her. And
Mhm.
she got into a space to where she saw the light side of the dragon, and she saw the shadow side
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
dragon. And so we
Mhm.
got to talk about that, because these dragons were an extension of her ancestrally.
Mm-hmm.
The card spirit don't lie. What spirit say how your journey's gonna show up, that's how your journey's gonna show up.
Yeah, I believe it now.
And ancestors, our DNA dates back 1.5 billion years. Billion years. And the sacred medicine that we work with has been on this earth for billions of years before any man or womankind walked the earth. It was this intelligence that was there.
Yeah.
So it has the power to take you back and guide you through. And so we walked through, we weren't really getting to all of the semantics of what happened, and how they were feeling and all that. But it came a point in time to where something activated in that space, and she pointed to a art piece. I have a macramé art piece that
Mm-hmm.
is in that same space, on a in the same room, on a different wall. And she pointed something out that made so much sense, but I had never seen it until that day. So I knew that she was supposed to be here to activate it. And she pointed at that and said,
Mm.
"It's an angel in there." I said, "I
Oh
go, an
wow.
angel, it's an angel over there." And I said, I looked at it and I said, "Oh my God."
I remember.
Heart, and I felt it in my soul, right? And my soul caught chills, because I knew it was an angel,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew that it was not my first encounter with angels in the ceremony space, and I knew that it was a different kind of angel than I
Mm-hmm.
had ever seen,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
experienced
Yeah.
in the spiritual realm.
Mm-hmm.
And so
And that's what I meant by just saying earlier. I just want to say this. If you caught us earlier, I was saying that Michelle's energy, her essence, and who she is as an individual, based off of her work, her practice, right? On a personal level, she came into this healing space, and she brought something with her. She brought her essence, herself with her. And that opened up a portal. It activated what my wife is getting ready to explain to you guys.
right. And so I do want to say, the first time that I witnessed an angel in sacred ceremony was some years back, when I did a retreat in Indiana. And in this space, there was a room where a participant was supposed to be their room, but they caught COVID, so they couldn't come.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, that's the only reason why we was in that room. Other than that, we wouldn't have.
Mm.
So
Really?
right. So
Wow.
yeah, that room, it played as the integration sanctuary, that
Mm-hmm.
you were the space where you was at, where you saw the angels.
Right.
And so
Wow.
spirit had me bring different people in that space to raise the vibration. And I was raising the vibration like I had never raised it before. And at this point, it had me raising it with my voice.
Mhm.
And I'm raising it with my voice from the lowest vibrational frequency to the highest vibrational frequency that my
Mm-hmm.
voice could reach. And Zeno was there, and
There was a
it
few
was
other
two,
people
yeah, it was
there.
two other women in there. And so right afterwards, I started raising the vibration. I ended with a whoo, because it took so much energy, and I
Yeah.
immediately had to go to the restroom. The restroom was connected
Mm-hmm.
to the room. And so every other time I went into that bathroom, I would go in the bathroom. I would leave the door open. It's not a big deal. It's right there. The door is open, and the door stayed open.
Mm.
It was my husband in the room. It was my friend of 40 years, and it was her daughter in the room. So I left the door open. But this time was different. I had just finished raising the vibration, and now I'm using the bathroom, and now the bathroom door starts to close on its own, and it's making a sound. And
Mm.
so I'm like, at first I'm like, hold up. Because I could hear so much. I'm tapped into so much. And so I immediately knew that spirit was getting ready to show up. And I said, okay, every time I done came in this bathroom, that door ain't never closed, but it's closing now. So what's up? So I sat there for a minute in silence, and then all of a sudden I started speaking in a native tongue that I was not even aware of that I even knew. And so I spoke in that native tongue, and then I heard the voice of a female come through the shower singing.
Mm.
And the voice was
What?
beautiful, and it scared the hell out of me because I was not expecting that. Expectation. And so when I heard it, I went back and I said, what the heck? I said, hey, is that you? And they're asking my friend, is that her? And she got quiet. And I said it louder, like, hey, was that you? And she was like, what me? I said, was that you singing? She said, no, I know Zeno's voice.
Right.
Zeno was not singing. I know his voice from a mile away. And so I said, hurry up, come to the door, come to the door, come to the door. Now, Zeno was not on the sacred medicine ceremony.
Yeah.
And so she said, oh my God. I hear her. I said, oh my God, who is that? And Spirit said, you just conjured a cherubim angel. And she was singing and she was singing and she was stopped. And my friend said she's gone. I said, no, she's not gone. I started speaking in the language and she came back and started singing.
Yeah.
And later I said, oh, she wants Rayshawn, our son, to hear her, but he was upstairs in the ceremonial space. He is not on the medicine. He's also a wonderful guy in the space.
Absolutely.
And as he was coming down the stairs, he heard her singing. Now, Zeno and our son is not on the medicine, but they hear her singing. And this space was a historic space that had beautiful energy that we was doing this retreat in.
Wow.
The space was built in 1918 or something like that.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It has some history.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And it was some magical things that happened, but I got that feeling, the same feeling that I got when I conjured that cherubim angel in Indiana was the same feeling that I got when I saw the angel when you pointed it out in the macramé. But I knew it was a different angel. And so I always tell people, whatever you learn in ceremony, the most important thing is what happens after ceremony.
Right.
Now you've got an opportunity to go behind the veil and learn some things that you just did not know about this side. Now you integrate it in your life. When you integrate it in your life quantum leaps. So a part of my integration was to find out what kind of angel was this. It was so familiar. I've been to so many different dimensions and so many different realms on my travels, and I knew it felt familiar, but I didn't know what angel that it was. And so in Indiana, I conjured a cherubim angel, but here in Los Angeles, you activated a seraphim angel.
Oh.
You know, for those of you that may know or may not know, with different angels, different hierarchies of angels, and the seraphim angel is the highest ranking angel, and it's the closest to the throne of the divine source of all. And when I was looking it up, my heart dropped immediately.
Oh my gosh.
The similarities, I was like, it even the shape of the macrame even uh to
Yeah.
me it symbolizes the
Yeah.
way that the angel is depicted, and we're going to pull up some
Wow.
pictures of the macrame, and we're going to pull up some different depictions of the seraphim angel
Mhm.
according to what the Bible says it looks like,
Right.
according to what the book of Enoch says it looks like,
Wow.
right? So we are uh
I'm
Yeah.
like at the edge of my seat. I was
exactly
like,
like,
wow.
and I said that I wasn't going to tell you what kind of angel or anything that you
Wow.
activated in the space. I wanted to show you and the people right here on the live. So I'm excited about that. Let's
I
just
Yes.
have a question. I do
uh-huh.
have a
Okay.
question.
I was about to go in like pull
Right.
up the
No, no,
picture.
no. It's okay. Would you like to show them the macrame first,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
then
they got to see it.
She said
she's like, yes, 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 please, hurry up. Yes, please.
yes.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like if you see the macrame first, and then we show you guys what these angels look like, you'll have a better. I'll kind of switch back and forth between the macrame and the angels and the depictions of you know these
Yeah, and
angelic
before you
beings.
do though, before
Mhm.
you do,
Yes.
from the time that I've been going on journeys early on, I always wondered why I would always see eyes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Seems
Yes.
like sometimes millions of eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so I knew that the eyes were source. I knew that
Mm-hmm.
the eyes were a part of me, and I knew that the eyes were on a different level, and they always showed up differently. But when I looked this up, it made even more sense.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and show them the
The
picture
macrame.
with this is a picture of me snapshot with the macrame behind my head.
Mm.
Y'all see
There
the
she is.
there she is.
Okay.
There she is.
Yeah.
Can you guys see this now again? This picture was taken in the daytime. It was light, right? And so it was not
Mm-hmm.
being seen in this light. The lights were curated. It was completely different, and the fact that you are across the veil in the spiritual realm experiencing uh what life is like beyond the veil, and that we are all truly one. We are all vibrational frequency and
Mm-hmm.
energy. You can look out the window and see the trees singing and breathing and swaying, right? And communicating. And so I'm going to have Zeno pull up some depictions of the so I always notice her on your different posts, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Whew, so let's go with this first depiction of the seraphim angel.
Okay, great.
Can y'all see this first depiction right here of the seraphim angel? Just from that alone, can y'all see the similarities of the shape? The seraphim angel is supposed to have 6 wings, right? Two normally covers the eyes because to shield its face from the creator, right? And so this is the first depiction of a seraphim angel. Can you pull up another, or you
Yeah.
want to pull up
Well,
the
I want to go
macrame?
back to the
Okay, let's go
macrame.
back
So
to the
you guys kind
macrame.
of focus on this and look at how the structure of the angel is depicted, and then look at the macrame.
Now, this is what I'm seeing
Wow.
the spiritual realm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
Mm.
This is the macrame again. And let's go to the second depiction
Okay.
of the seraphim.
Yep. Here we go.
Mm. Look at that.
Can y'all see that?
Wow.
That is crazy, but not crazy at the
Exactly.
same time. I say crazy, but I know for a fact it's not
It's
crazy. And
not
we don't
crazy.
really have to go back to the macrame again.
Okay.
Maybe we could just go to another depiction. Let's go to another depiction of the seraphim.
Mhm.
And y'all see that depiction of the seraphim right there?
Yeah.
And it's like more and more and more. It's like I just feel it in my soul because I know what I saw. I had never seen it before you came into space and activated it.
Mm.
Let's show another depiction.
Okay.
Wow.
This is another one.
Mm.
It's mind blowing.
I know, right?
It really is.
It really is
So
mind blowing.
let's go back to the macrame though for me because I'm like, okay, look at that. It doesn't sound so far fetched and so wooey when you look at it with the context of realizing that people have now crossed over into the spiritual realm,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
sacred medicine. They're able to actually see this draping on the wall behind my wife's head, and now they're in the spiritual realm and they're going, whoa, this looks and feels angelic. Well, to the
Yeah.
because I'm not on the medicine, uh I can't confirm or deny on this side, right, what it is that participants see. But because
Mm-hmm.
of my own personal experience dealing with these medicines, I know these sacred medicines. I already know what's happening. I already
And I
know.
can say that anytime that Zeno has been on a journey in this space, he finds himself in that room with that macrame
Yes.
for
Mm.
sure. You would think
Mm.
he would just stay in the bed. That's what you would think.
Hmm.
But he found his ways. What
Yeah,
you
Heather
say?
said, I cannot believe how once again so many things y'all talk about resonate with me.
That's absolutely beautiful. That's what I'm.
Yeah,
That
It is.
it
yeah,
should resonate
yeah.
because we are truly all one.
She said the dragons, the macrame, angels,
I
like
know, right?
what's happening?
Angels
What's happening?
look like what humans say that what they look like with the human bodies.
Yeah.
No, they don't look
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Legacy, the blueprint said those felt really soothing to my soul.
Mm.
Mhm.
And so you can only imagine someone's now, right, on the other side of the veil, things are happening. That is also emitting energy and
Exactly,
vibration, right?
exactly.
A frequency.
Hmm.
Mhm. You want to see the
Another,
other?
yeah, another
Okay.
depiction.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I see this other depiction. This depiction is in stone, right?
Hmm.
As you can see, the wings covering the eyes, the wings in the air, wings to fly, covering the feet. And then we have another depiction,
That's in stone.
and this is
Wow.
stone right here. These are
Hmm.
different depictions. I believe this is 14 centuries ago,
Yeah.
like the 14th century
Hmm.
that this was depicted.
Yeah. So, I mean, with you saying that, let's just kind of hone in, right? The thing is that these are people that sculpted these images long before the technology that we're moving in.
Yeah.
That means that somebody's mind's eye took them there
Mm-hmm.
in order for them to chisel this out in precious stone.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there you go. Okay, yeah. But now let's just add a little bit more gravity to that. These depictions, something like this that's being etched in stone, is also being based off of old sacred texts
Hmm.
that have been found, dug up, right? Uh, and now recovered. And they're now moving in that with some level of information, the description of, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is and what it looks like,
Yes.
Mm.
And then
right?
we have this other depiction
Hmm.
here.
I believe that's a tapestry, or it might be the tiles on a ceiling of a
It
church.
is.
Uh
That's
huh.
what it is. It's
Hmm.
an ancient art piece that was commissioned in a church back in the day. These different iconographies
Yeah,
that
iconography. Yeah,
iconography.
the iconography. I don't know the singular word for it, but right.
Iconography, these
Yeah.
different ancient art pieces. If you do your research and look
Mm,
at
that's
different
something.
ancient art, you will see
Hmm.
all these sacred medicines that have been passed down from generation to generation
Hmm.
and hundreds of thousands of years before there were paper,
Hmm.
before there was paper,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And so yeah, this is
It's
absolutely
amazing.
amazing.
It's amazing.
Hmm.
It really is.
Yeah. So
How that make you feel knowing that
I know, right? I know when you're in the moment and you're like, "Whoa, I see an angel in that." Okay.
tell us what you saw.
I mean, it was immediate.
Mm,
I actually noticed that before the feathers, the feather sculptures you have on the wall. I didn't even notice them first, even though I think I was laying right up under them. I think I
Hmm.
noticed them afterwards, but I was literally, I just felt like, you have an angel on your wall, like you ain't acknowledging this. Like
right, it's just hanging around here. You guys are just so chill about that.
yeah, like you all are chill. I mean, between an amazing conversation, it's amazing to have a legit conversation with somebody when you're in the spiritual realm. Let's just start there.
Okay.
Right.
Because
I
like
agree.
I didn't want to get up to go into the room, but when we got there, it was just like we were just talking and talking and talking. She was like, "How do you feel? This is how it really is on the spiritual side." And I was like this is amazing. This is cool. This is chill. I was just very comfortable speaking with you in that because I wasn't sure like is the shaman gonna come up and like analyze me and try to look into my soul while I'm in the spiritual, but she just showed up and we just how do you know how
Uh-oh, that signal's
Uh-oh,
a
your
little
signal.
choppy right now. It's okay. Listen, you guys, what the thing that we would like for you to understand and understand more than anything is that the thing that we call reality on this side, right? It's real to us because we can feel it and we can taste it, we can actually see it. There's gravity here, so we're grounded to this planet. We think that the sidewalk and the ground that we're actually standing on or laying on that's it, that's the surface of everything. And not really realizing on a constant basis that we're literally we're on a planet floating in a galaxy,
Hmm.
in a universe amongst many universes. And so think about if uh that was activated, and it when I say that, meaning, is it our senses, if we were to actually move in our full capacity of sight to be able to see everything, it'd be too much for us to handle.
Hmm.
Had a conversation with someone earlier today about
Yeah,
got you back.
you're
it. All right.
back.
Yes, I don't know what happened. um what did I miss?
We're getting ready to add you back in the scene. Here we
Okay.
There
go.
we go.
Okay, so where you were is you were saying talking about how you thought that the shaman was just going to come up and analyze you, but then you started to sound like a robot and then you jumped out the screen.
Oh, okay. So what I was gonna say is that it's really interesting to have like a legitimate conversation in the spiritual realm. Like we're talking to each other like sisters, just going in on how we're feeling. Like I wasn't expecting that either.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you brought me to the window, and that was another. There's a lot of things that happened in that room, but when you brought me to the window, I was just like, okay, this is magic. Like this is some wizardry going on outside right now because that whole view
Mm.
outside, and mind you, you guys, you have cactuses and things outside. So you
Yeah,
can
so
still hear
yeah,
me okay,
there's
right?
Yes.
trees and
Yeah.
yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so that was the part I think that is as close to ayahuasca that I would have probably gotten that night because when you asked me to go to the window and then you lifted the window up so I could feel because it's been raining,
Mm-hmm.
that nice cool breeze, but it was all lit up um like no, I want to say like a Christmas movie without the lights. It was very well lit
Wow.
and all of the plants, the cactus and the bushes were just kind of swaying back and forth and it was totally lit. Like it wasn't
Mhm.
dark outside.
Right.
Even though it was dark
Even
outside.
though it was dark outside. I'm thinking it was maybe about 10, 11 o'clock at that point.
Yes.
But I was just like, oh my God. Like, and then you left and I could not leave the window.
Mm-hmm.
Even after talking about the angel on the wall and the feathers and everything like that, I was just like, I am never leaving here.
Yeah.
I remember saying, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm never leaving. And when I woke up that next morning, I raced back to that window just to see. Because I was just like, was that real? But everything, of course, was totally normal. But everything is alive. Everything is very alive.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, we have desert flowers out of that window that she's talking about. There's um the groundskeepers keep the mulch really fresh, and then there's these desert stones that are like a reddish, almost like maroon reddish orangey color. The trees and the bark on the trees are just, you could tell it has a different feel. Is it like she said? It's something that you wouldn't see in every region of America.
Yeah,
It's specific to where we're located.
it
We're
really is. Yeah.
surrounded by mountains and everything.
Yeah. It's
So,
not.
mm,
It's not called Gaia's Oasis for nothing.
mm.
Boom.
It is
That part. Do they
right.
know that?
Right.
Huh? You said what?
You better
Right.
tell them they need to understand that
No,
part.
for real. For
Right.
Like
real.
all of the streets that you are surrounded by.
Okay.
Listen,
Yeah. So
all
she.
set up
Yeah. Yeah.
by spirit. It
Yeah.
is all set up and orchestrated by spirit when you look at all the signs and all the symbols. So now I want to talk about
Mm,
right before we go to Bufo, I just want to talk about came to the point in night where uh now you're kind of coming down off the medicine, but you're still in the spiritual realm. And so it's time for nourishment,
mm,
right?
mhm,
And so
mm.
I said, let me give you some fruit. And you were like, I'm okay or whatever. No, get the fruit. You ate the fruit. The fruit was good, but then you started looking at the fruit and you were seeing different aspects. You were seeing the light living side of the fruit, and it
Yeah.
would change from light to no life in the
Yeah.
fruit, right? She saw
Yeah.
the light
Woo,
side
man.
and she saw the shadow side. She was seeing polarity, right?
Yeah. Big time.
Both sides. She was seeing balance,
Yes.
right? And so I asked the other participants, "You want some of this salad?" And so this was the first time that I experienced this in a very long time because when before we passed the salad out, I would be so deep in the spiritual realm that Zeno will handle that.
Hmm.
This particular time, I put it together, and what I saw, I always see that the food is living, that the fruit is living. I see it with different eyes, but when I squirted the salad dressing on the salad and the salad began to sing and dance and move. I was like, oh my God, this
Yeah.
is really, no, this is what eating living foods
Yeah.
Looks
is
like.
about, right?
Yeah.
This is what I learned about over 10 years ago when
Mhm.
Zeno was diagnosed with prostate cancer and they
Mhm.
only gave him 3 years to live. I
Mhm.
had to study ingredients. I had to study how to heal the body with food. I had to study the plant. I had to study the blood of the plant. I had
Mm.
to study all of that. I had to go where the life was, and we stopped eating
Yeah.
food that did not have life in it.
Right.
So I was seeing it on a different level, and she was at a place to where she felt like she couldn't eat. I don't want none of that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then the other one was eating it, and then all of a sudden she was looked over there and she said, "Well, you didn't tell me that it was gonna look like that. Since I'm seeing it look like that, I think I want to go ahead and eat a little bit." And so she ate some, and
Hmm.
it was that was over when she
That
ate.
Mm.
was over.
That was
Yeah.
over when she ate that.
So I let me just say this. So the polarity obviously was a big part of my lesson that night
Mhm.
because I was so ecstatic about the Dragon Tribe showing up and witnessing that great performance in music. I also believe that same tribe was showing me that not only can because the fruit would, just to give you a backdrop, the fruit that I was eating was vibrant and alive and delicious because I really did want it, but
Yeah.
it kept changing into like a dark rotten look. Like it kept going back and forth and back and forth, and I would literally have it on a spoon about to eat it and it would change back, and I'd be like,
Mhm.
damn, I can't finish this.
Right.
So I was like, so I'm saying that because I believe that that kind of glorified look that I had for the tribe was also showing me that they can also be that too.
Yes.
And
Wow.
that was messing me up
Yeah.
Wow.
because I had, just had such a great time and I felt so good and everything was going so well and then it just flipped.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
it flipped. So what I got in the music showed me the polarity in the food.
Mhm.
So are you hearing how this is working? I don't mean it to interrupt, but I want to check the temperature. Are you
Yes.
listening to
Are
what
y'all
she's
hearing what
saying
she's
in
saying?
her experience? Please continue because that is deep.
Yeah, it was really deep because I was, obviously not trying to be offensive because there was really nothing wrong with the food you were giving me. But I believe that I had to be shown that
Mhm.
because those divine feminine masters were here as both good and evil.
Yes.
Whoo, woo.
Yes.
Yeah, and
And that wasn't in the book.
that's what I'm saying.
Mm-mm.
Guess what?
But
Because
that was the reality of what I was seeing, and that also includes me. That showed me
Yes.
because
that's
I have both sides. Because some of the conversations we were having, and I was just like, oh, that person needs to be eliminated. Like
yeah,
let's not even talk about it further.
right.
Let's just handle that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
but it's definitely, you're not going to go through, not only are you not going to go through your regular physical life without both sides. There's nothing that can be romanticized, glorified, or no pretty picture can be painted without it.
That's
Yes,
it.
for sure.
That
Both
and
are necessary for
yeah,
balance.
there's a level of authenticity that spirit is just going to show up and show you who you are. And so that fruit um rotting before your eyes and then
Coming back
transforming
to
to
life.
something, yeah, beautiful and lit,
Yes.
is just a reflection of, like you said, the polarity and the essence of who we really are. We are light and darkness. We
Hmm.
make decisions that lead us to life and also to death.
Yes.
Right.
So, I mean,
And
you
let me just say this too, because we tend to feel that way about our ancestors. A lot of us don't want to feel or believe that we had some ancestors that, were not
know,
good. people when they were here.
Right.
And but we don't we when we talk about them, we want to praise them, we want to make our altars and give them, ancestor money and all of that stuff. But a lot of them are not all of them are benevolent.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's true. That
You
is so
know.
true. I want to start from by saying that we come from the void. We come from the darkness,
Mm-hmm.
right? In the beginning, it was dark. It was void, right? Darkness was upon the face of the deep. And God said, let there be light, right? So we come into this realm to be able to recognize the polarity
Hmm.
in us, recognize ourselves as the light, also recognize ourselves as the dark. And in order to recognize ourselves as the shadow part, we have to be accountable. We have to be willing to be accountable for the things that we
Hmm.
do, the
Mhm.
decisions that we make, and the
Yes.
things that we don't do, and
Right.
decisions that we don't make, because
Yeah.
it's still making a decision. Because the key is always for ascension. That's the point. You come down here to pass the test, to awaken, so that when you cross over, you will awaken, right? And so you have to be in this physical realm to tap into the spiritual part of the spiritual realm, because that's where we come from. And that is the realm that does influence this realm. As she said earlier, all your thoughts that pop in your head are not your thoughts. There are some energies and entities that don't want a body. They want to experience life through somebody else's body, but they
Right.
have to get permission in order and a door to be open to let them in.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes when a person vibrates on that specific frequency. And when you're
Mhm.
here in this space, this is the time for you to go in, awaken to those parts of you,
Hmm.
become the master of yourself, ascend to the next level, take those gems that you got
Mm-hmm.
from the spiritual realm, and,
Yeah.
and use them in this physical realm to quantum leap your life, because things manifest in the spiritual realm first before
Mhm.
before
Boom.
you manifest in this physical realm. So why wouldn't you want to go in the spiritual realm
Mm-hmm.
to go right
Yeah.
to
Yeah. To the
the
source, the
issue? I need to
core.
go in.
Yeah.
I'm going right to the issue. What
Yeah.
is it? Oh, damn, I wasn't aware of that. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Noted. Boom. Let me come back over here and handle what it is that I need
Mhm.
to handle over here on this side. That night that you sat with the teacher, you went to sleep or you didn't go to sleep. Maybe up talking all night. I don't know, but I went to bed, and the next morning we were supposed to sit with the sacred medicine of the toad that will take you to experience ego death, disillusion of
Mhm.
ego, everything you think you know about yourself, this earth, anything else, you find out in an instant awakening that that is not what it is. Wait, I am not this body. I
Yeah.
am the all. I am the wind. I am the earth. Whoo!
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, with this sacred medicine that was served the first night, everyone is sitting with that sacred technology at the same time. Well, in the morning it is one person at a time. I serve them, and then I serve myself, and then I go in and I guide in the spiritual realm. I'm there to see the person, and it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful uh side that I'm on, where I can see the person being guided as they see themselves for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the ego, us, is how we identify ourselves. And we be wanting to hold on to the ego. I'm like this. I'm a female. I'm male. I'm this. My feelings like this. This how I grew up like this. I was
Oh.
raised like that. This was passed down like that. On this medicine, don't none of that matter.
Yeah.
Don't none of it matter, because it's all an illusion, and it's all according to the contracts that we sign to get us to where we need to be. And let's talk about that for a second. What was that journey like for you when you were served
Woo.
that sacred?
Wow. All right. So that experience was totally different for me. Considering, what I had just come off of the night before, I was expecting more bliss and, more information to come from, whoever was um, willing to, approach me in that open opportunity to do so. But that's not what it is either, because it really is just you and source. And I was completely paralyzed from it. I could not move.
Mhm.
And that, of course, another thing I wasn't expecting. Um, but I believe that that happened for me because I do everything. I do everything for everybody. And I rarely ever, kind of take a break for my, I mean, even if I'm traveling or whatever, I'm there to assist whoever I'm there in that country with or whatever. Um, because as you know, I just, I'm leaving for Jamaica in what, maybe 9 days to volunteer after that. So it's always about something else I need to be doing,
Mhm.
never about, what myself. So, um, it was a stillness that was paralyzing. I wanted to get up and I just couldn't. I couldn't even lift my hand off of the floor. It was done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was only there, which is why I know I'll do it again, because I believe that I was to be still.
Mhm.
Um
We.
for my ceremony at that point in time, and I just I had to take it for that. Um because that was more about me. The
Mm-hmm.
night before, meeting the tribe and, having the great conversations and seeing the plants move and all that stuff was great. But the bufo for me was about none of that. Like, okay, now source is taking all of that away from you, and you gonna sit with you,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and
That's
that's it.
right. Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because when you experience disillusion of ego, ego has everything to do with this body. That's who you
Mm-hmm.
think you are.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Hmm.
you're not a woman. You're not a man.
Right.
That's just how you identify when you come down here. You are spirit. That's why you couldn't move.
Mm-hmm.
You was
It
in
was,
your
yeah, it was unbelievable that
God.
I literally I couldn't open my eyes. I think Zeno had to sit me up, or somebody was sitting behind me maybe so I could sit up.
Yes.
And then when you left, I fell right back to the floor. I was done.
hmm
Yeah.
There was nothing to be said.
Mm-hmm.
nothing to be said.
Yeah. Well.
And I just want to say this
Okay.
really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Your journey was beautiful. It was your first time sitting with that. You
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
excellent,
Yes.
right? And a
Thank
lot
Yes.
you.
of times when this
Mm-hmm.
medicine uh kicks in and awakening happens, the ego say, "What the hell is this?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait a minute, hold on. Like, I didn't know that this. Like, wait a minute, hold on. You mean to tell
Yeah.
me everything that I thought,
Mm-hmm.
everything that I was taught,
Mm-hmm.
everything that I
Yeah.
read,
Yeah.
everything that I was attached to is now detached from me.
Completely detached.
Yeah.
Completely detached.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't even feel attached to your home at that point. I was just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I was outside of my body.
You was.
Cause yeah, I think I was, because I couldn't move it. I couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm thinking about is what comes to mind. Again, I'm always, obviously, I guess, in my, here it is through my experience, I'm having this revelation even right now, being used to give a perspective that hopefully would resonate with the general skeptic, right?
Hmm.
If you've ever heard about incidences biblically where people encountered angels, they just fell out with fear. Now
Mm.
the thing, how we were taught to interpret that, watch this, is we go, man, that person had an encounter with an angel. The angel showed up, it was a bright light, and then wham, the person just went unconscious from fear.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to look at that word, fear. We got to look at the natural side of it is they just encountered the unknown,
Mm-hmm.
fear. But there's also a resonance and a connectivity to what's showing up because it's always light, right? It's always taking them to a level of unconsciousness that lays them prostrate, lays them out.
Mm.
Form of worship. So I feel like scripturally, contextually, there's a lot that can be chewed on just in those little words. Yo, this person fell out. They encountered an angel. They fell out prostrate on the ground, and then they had to be waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Fear. They went into fear. But there's a lot that's taking place that when we experience these medicines, you could say that's the same thing that's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You encounter an energy that is greater than yourself that you come to find out whether you were fearful approaching it, you experience it on a spiritual level to where on the physical side, the people that are alive, that are moving around, that can see you, your body's laying unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
But your spirit is still having an experience because we're not tied to the physical.
Right.
So now there's another level of fear that that person, whether they knew it or not, they are coming to know, which is now you're coming to a level of worship. You're coming to a level of enlightenment. You're coming to a level of awakeness. You're coming to a level of consciousness of who you are and what you just encountered, which is
Mm-hmm.
really yourself because
Mm-hmm.
you're a reflection of the thing that you encountered.
Right. Absolutely.
So, and what happens most times is that when people come back from the experience, it's overwhelming in the most loving way. It
Mm-hmm.
is the most profound experience that you can have when you come back to this side. Because now that thing that you encountered, which is really yourself, has shown you what everything really is, or what is most important and what is priority in order for you to walk the rest of your life out if you never have another experience like that again.
Yeah. And that is so true. And I can say that in my integration, um, having that stillness, because that's really what happened, right? Source took me and had me sit in source,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So coming home, because that never leaves you,
Mhm.
there is no situation that can um approach you where you just don't sit. Now you don't react, you sit and you acknowledge it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you react,
Yeah.
Yes.
because you're not like gonna be able to take me off my square now because I've been to a place that is so still that nothing can, I'm not going to say nothing can jar me, because obviously, I love
Right.
my family and my kids, so if anything happened to them, I'm going to,
Of
react.
course. Right.
But I'm not reacting to this realm.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I'm just not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm controlling. I'm in control of how I react now, because
Woo.
I don't necessarily have to react to this illusion. That too is a choice.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It really is. Um,
Mm.
The key is to understand when you sit with these multiple sacred medicines like you have. I always say that the first night where everyone is being guided at the same time, that medicine is putting you to work. It's putting you to work,
Yeah.
right? You are
And it
on
doesn't end just
a
because you
journey.
go home.
And
There
it
it
thank
is.
you. That's where it starts.
All
That's
right.
where
That's
it
where it
starts
begins.
at,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I say that you done put in all this work today and tonight and tomorrow. All you got to do is take it all in and surrender and let
Hmm.
God do the work.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
And
so,
and for your people that are watching, I got to say this because this has been my issue for the longest until I was, obviously graced with ceremony, is that you are even though you may not feel you're doing enough to get to the you that you want, that reality, your heart's desires, whatever that may be, you are doing enough even in stillness.
yes,
That's powerful because there's more than one way, right? To to be able to obtain some level of ascension. And
Hmm.
some pathways take longer than others.
yeah, that's the thing. You always want to go back to the original state. The original state is stillness. It is. It's void.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's void. It's
The
without
void. It's full
judgment,
circle.
right? And so we are truly supposed to live our lives without attachment. We are supposed to live our lives with to be detached. And I say that because the stronger that you are attached to someone or something, the stronger the grief, right? When it is no longer a part of your life. Now, normally, yes, you got your family members, you got
Oh,
your
excuse me.
loved ones, to have some attachment, right? But the key is to understand that you're only down here for a short amount of time. And what you are attached to and how strong you are attached to it, are you going to leave that attachment in the earth to where you have to come right back? Or
Mm-hmm.
did you live your life with enough detachment so that when you cross over, you won't be looking back,
Right.
looking to come down and do some unfinished business? You won't have to come back because you didn't left forgiveness in
Right.
the ground,
Yeah.
right? Anger in the ground. You just never understood who he was. You never woke up. Like, who got time for that? If you are awake right now in this lifetime, in the age of the Aquarius, you chose to incarnate to awaken. That is the mass awakening.
Yes.
Please wake up
Mm-hmm.
in this life.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of
Yeah.
people will come in ceremony and they'll think it's for entertainment and then they'll leave and then they won't integrate and they go right back to their life and they right back where they was before. The
Mm.
ones that hear, that see and take the experience with them and not be afraid to put one foot in front of the other, your divine destiny starts to show up. And the more you move in that, the more you become fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's the key. Awaken to what fulfills you. Awaken to who you are and the power that you truly hold.
So I just got a couple of
Absolutely.
rapid fire questions before we end this whole thing because that was amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Full,
thank you.
experience, and there's still parts that you just weren't we aren't able to get to. It's
Not
so much that's
everything,
I
taken.
know
yes.
it was a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. But I'm gonna ask you about a good maybe 5 or 6 questions real quick. And these are rapid fire questions.
So do they require rapid fire answers?
No, but I mean, like, I would say the first thing that comes to your mind, but what really hits your spirit and resonates with your spirit when I
Sure.
ask you the question, whatever answer that is, just go ahead and blurt it out.
Mhm.
So, one word that describes you before rebirth. What's that one word?
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Flamboyant.
Mm,
Aha. Okay.
okay.
Now, what's that one word that describes you now?
Oh man. Badass.
Mm,
Ah, I love
me
that.
too.
Okay. Now, what surprised you most about yourself during the process of this?
What surprised me, you said?
Yeah. What was the thing that surprised you the most
About yourself.
about
Oh,
yourself
about
during this
myself?
process?
Hmm.
This process.
That I didn't second guess it.
Okay.
Mm.
Is there something that you stopped doing after the ceremony?
I stopped trying.
Mm.
Okay. Oh man, that's powerful.
Ooh, you start allowing then, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
And so here's the last one. What's one way that your relationships, regardless to whatever relationships and spheres they fall in, feel different now?
Um, I don't feel bad
Hmm.
about the relationships that have fallen off over the years, over the since COVID. A lot has of them have just fallen off for some reason, no reason, a reason. But
That's a
I
reason.
used to question, like, wow, like what happened to that 30-year friendship? But now I don't, because I know
Hmm.
that even though that season was long, we know reason, season, lifetime. Some seasons, I don't hold on to people just based on tenure. Just because I've
That's
known you
good.
since the third grade
That's good.
doesn't mean that we still have to be friends or you have to be in my life. And it's okay.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, what lessons did you learn? The key is if you have a relationship or have had a relationship with anybody in your lifetime, then you had a spiritual contract with them. And that spiritual contract was for you to uh, get to the next level on why you came down here. They was here to help you and you was here to help them, whether they were an angel in your life or whether they were a villain in their life
Hmm.
in your life.
Hmm.
And it is all to show yourself the mirror. Were they there to help push you to the next level, or were they there to try to hold you back,
Mm-hmm.
allow that to happen?
Mm-hmm.
So right now what I'm seeing is that you are allowing and you are being embodying, and you're learning to live without uh, a level of attachment,
Hmm.
and with that being said, that means you're not afraid to put up the boundaries that need to be put up around you. Should never be afraid to put up the boundaries around you. Boundaries and
Mm-hmm.
walls are two totally different things. I want to say
Mm.
that
Yeah.
boundaries
Yeah.
and walls are
Yeah.
two
Hmm.
completely different things. And so,
Yeah.
I got one last request of
Oh,
you, Michelle. Here it is. If you could finish this sentence, okay? Rebirth taught me how to blank.
accept myself for the more that I am.
Whew.
mm, wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
coming
beautiful.
to become more intimate with who you truly are.
Yes.
I love
'Cause
that.
There's,
I love
there's
that.
Yeah.
so there's
I
so
love
Woo!
that.
Man, that
there's
is
so much more. There's
yeah.
so much more. I just feel
Yes.
like the biggest person in the room. I feel normal, but I feel like a very
Mhm.
big, special person that we all are. But I am now seeing that in myself. Like, you don't ever want to say out loud, "Oh, I'm more special than that person," because you're not. But we are special, and it's
Yeah.
okay to
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge that.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
are very special. And to be here, a lot of people don't make it. A lot of people don't make it to through the birth canal, let
Exactly.
alone to be 30 or 40, 50, 60 years old.
Right.
You're absolute. absolutely a special being to make it here. And yes, I must say, this is the best time to be alive.
Oh
Yes,
my
it
God. Yes, it
is.
is. I just want to add this. Um, the universe is speaking to all of us.
Mhm.
Spirit speaks in whispers, and spirit speaks in shouts. And spirit shows up in signs and symbols. And we have to be able to see it, hear it, feel it, so that we can move through it and experience it. Things are not going to show up in no way, shape, form, or fashion
Mhm.
the way you think in the spiritual realm, and things are not going to show up in no way, shape, form, or fashion in this physical realm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And you should not be married to the things that you feel like supposed to go this way or supposed to go that way, because we make plans and it just don't work out like that. You know, Michelle made a plan to go to Costa Rica, in the
Hmm.
jungles of Costa Rica,
Wow.
and go on a
In the
spiritual journey in the
rainforest.
rainforest,
Yeah.
right? And I
Uh-huh.
always say this, a lot of people feel like they got to go to Costa Rica to get this. They
Yeah,
got to
you're
go
right.
here to do.
Boom, they gotta go.
No, you do not.
You do not.
No, you do not. You
Mhm.
choose where you want to go. And before you left this space, you told us, you said, I want to thank you because
Hmm.
you saved me $7,000, basically times two.
Yeah.
Because you was ready.
14,000. I'm telling you right now, we have been talking about it for 2 years.
Mm,
And then Spirit just showed up and tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Yeah, you don't have to."
Mm.
I mean,
Woo.
and sometimes it's that simple. We totally overcomplicate stuff.
Yes.
We really do. And
Mhm.
I'm trying to get out of that. And we think that it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort, a lot of money,
Right,
and a lot of
right,
this, and a lot of that.
right.
And in essence, it really doesn't.
it does not
No,
have to. No,
no, it does not.
we be making stuff hard. The truth of the
Yeah.
matter is, had you gone to Costa Rica, not saying that it wouldn't have been a beautiful journey. It would have
Right.
showed up
Mhm.
exactly the way
How it was
it was
supposed to
supposed to
show up.
show up.
Right.
Mhm.
It would have been a different environment. You would have been in a space with about 50 other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connected to those other people going
Right.
on their journey. You would
Yeah.
have
Look, thrown up in all kinds of places.
been all kinds
Yeah.
of places.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And yes, we know about it.
You
Okay.
know, you would not
Yeah.
be able to have time to work with the shaman the way that you are able to work with the shaman in a more intimate space. We
Yeah.
know because we've been in those spaces
Yes.
Mm.
times.
Yes.
So we know exactly,
Yeah, what you talking about.
how it works.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We always wanted to make sure that we were at a price point to where people could experience it. And a lot of people say, y'all, I want to go, I want to come to a journey, but y'all cost too much. All I do is laugh because I'm like, you have
Oh my gosh.
no
Idea.
clue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have no idea and you have no clue. But it's not up to me to do the research. It is up to, everybody else to do the research for
Yeah.
themselves. And it is up to you and everybody else and me to listen to spirit and to be led and guided. But I do want to say that if this story has intrigued anyone, or if anyone here on this live feels a pull in their spirit to where they may be called to sit with this sacred technology. Zeno has the QR code set up right there. You could scan the QR code and you could fill out the application to apply for you to be considered to sit in ceremony with us, because it's not a come so whoever will, right? I have to
Mhm.
make sure, we have to make sure that
We're in alignment.
we're in alignment
That is
and that
safe.
it is
Mhm.
going to be an energy exchange that we want to exchange, because we've
Mhm.
experienced a lot of different journeys. We've guided thousands of people
Yeah.
on journeys throughout the years.
Hmm.
And it's important for us to make sure that we guide the people, we lead the people back to who they are,
Right.
who the power that they hold,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And I also want to add this too before we end this live. Um, I don't know if any of you guys saw the new Avatar that just came out, but
Yeah, fire and
yeah,
ash.
Fire and Ash, but there are elements in that movie Avatar that hold true to us in sacred ceremony.
Hmm.
And one of those is they are serving hape in this film, but
Hmm.
I just
In a
want
scene, yeah.
in multiple
Multiple scenes,
scenes.
yeah.
And it is a shaman
Hmm.
that is administering
Yeah.
the hape
Yeah, leader of a clan, leader of a tribe.
in that space.
Hmm.
But I loved it on one end, and on
Right.
the other end, I kind of was like, because to me, the way that they put it kind of had like
A dark
a darker
negative.
negative connotation because who was serving it.
Right.
And I wanted to say that because we get people that reach out all the
Hmm.
time that say, hey, can you help me? I feel like I'm cursed, or I feel like this has
Hmm.
been put on me, or I feel like
Hmm.
a piece of my soul is going, feel like a lot of different things. They've worked with people, they've done
Open
different
themselves
practices, they
up to
opened up
people.
themselves
Oh,
to things,
Yeah, to different
right?
energies, and it's serious
And
out here.
so I want to
yeah,
make sure that I say before y'all decide to go sit with somebody, do y'all research. What is the energy? Stop just jumping and hopping on the
yeah,
first train, because
yeah.
the tool is the tool. The hape is the hape. The sacred medicine is the sacred medicine. It's going to
Hmm.
do what it do. But it is about the intentions of the person that is serving the tool. And that's
Hmm.
what was going on in that movie. It was the intentions
Yeah.
of the
Mhm.
person that was
Hmm.
serving the tool. And so
Hmm.
I just want to be able to clarify that,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because they were talking about multiple sacred medicines that we sit with in
Yeah. In
ceremony,
real
Oh,
life.
wow.
right?
Yeah.
Including the mycelium that this medicine grows from.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to add that, and I wanted to
You wanted to
say
say that the
that
secret is out.
the secret is
They know. They know. Yeah. They know.
yeah. And
So.
so I am grateful for this day. I'm grateful that
Wow.
you
Me
We.
came
too.
on this live.
Yes. This was
It was
beautiful.
absolutely beautiful. Wasn't it
Yes.
absolutely beautiful,
It
y'all?
was beautiful.
Let's thank
It
Michelle
was.
for coming in. Is it anything that you want
Thank
to end?
you. Thank
Anything
you.
that you could say to somebody that may be going back and forth, that may be considering even doing something like this?
Yeah. So, I think that it says a lot that I was researching that Costa Rican retreat, 2 years,
2 years.
and I came across you guys in like 2 months,
Mm,
and I flew to California. So it was absolutely happening. It happened exactly as it was supposed to happen. Because if I was supposed to be in Costa Rica, I would have been in Costa Rica. I mean, it's not rocket science,
Right.
right? So, just to come across what you're doing and to have it resonate so deeply with me, and get that ticket and jump on the plane and do what I had to do for myself,
mhm.
was in complete alignment. So I would say, if you're overthinking it, half of that isn't you thinking that.
Mm.
So just calm yourself, calm your mind, and be guided by spirit. I know that not everybody, it doesn't mean that I know a lot of people out here, they speaking light language, and they,
Oh my God.
source said this and source said that, and
Uh,
it's not going to be like that for the majority of us.
No.
right.
However, all you have to do is just be still. That's what I was told. Just be still. And if you are still before you're considering ceremony, you will be led to it. You
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
don't really have to overthink it. Um, you don't have to worry about money. If people are wondering, oh, where am I going to get the money to do? Because this is very affordable. Don't worry about that. Let it go. I think I told you guys the other night, hand the baton off to
Mm.
your spirit,
Yes.
because
Yes.
your
Yes.
spirit is that real where you can let it go and then just be guided and just follow that guidance. That's
Yeah.
it. It
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
doesn't take as much as you think it does.
There it
Yeah, that's
is.
beautiful. I just want to read some comments from Instagram because their
Okay.
comments was not showing up, none on this live.
Yeah, and I don't understand
But
that.
we have some people that are saying thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Sounds like you had an awesome journey.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, uh, it was a beautiful journey, and I'm so excited. And I believe that we will be coming to you guys next week sometime also to do another after the journey. We have so many people that have gone on journeys with us that we have not did interviews with
Yeah.
because we're up in
And just
guiding, you
yeah.
know what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
saying, doing the work.
Guiding people through the spiritual realm and guiding people on in this physical realm.
Well,
Hmm.
I gotta say this. I'm excited for the individuals that encounter you on a daily
Yes.
because you know the transformation that is taking place for
Hmm.
you, they're going to feel that transformation. And for those that are going to resonate with it, be impacted by it, seeds are going to be planted in ways that
Hmm.
right only spirit and source can move in and make sure that people get tapped on the shoulder and they get their little hard heart shell selves cracked, bam. And just by engaging and encountering you,
Hmm.
because you deal with a lot of people
Yeah.
Yeah.
on a daily and you're constantly moving. And the one thing that I love that I think is a big message for all of us is that you shared. It's just about slowing down and
Hmm.
moving in the stillness. We have a shaman that I'll just say we were trained by. Really, my wife was supposed to be getting trained and she did, but she's kind of brought me along, like, you coming with
No,
me.
you getting trained.
And
The
I was
only one
like,
getting
okay, well,
trained.
I'm coming. I'm just coming to kind of like, watch your back. I'm not doing all of that stuff.
Like, yeah, you
But
are.
I ended up jumping in the pool, man. I ended up jumping on the deep end of the pool. And so I just say, uh, I remember being on a journey, very briefly, being on a journey. And in the midst of the journey, as I was coming to, I was laid out on my back and my spirit finally came back in my body.
Mm.
And when I opened my eyes, the shaman was laying over me, not laying over me, but like leaning over me. And he was like, "It's in the stillness."
Mm. What?
He was just like, "It's in the stillness."
Wow.
And that's always stuck with me. At first I was like,
Wow.
I didn't quite understand it, but I did. I had like an inkling of what that meant. And as time has passed, that's what is really resonating the most. Is that in life, if you're not focusing on the stillness, then you're more apt to be caught up in the chase, in the
Hmm.
Mm.
spin, in the storm, in the whirlwind, in
Hmm.
the noise. But if we focus and center ourselves to get to the stillness, then
Mm.
all of the craziness that's going on in the world will begin to calm down.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll stop and churn to a complete halt. We'll be able to see clear, hear clear, have more clarity in our minds.
Hmm.
We'll be able to move and navigate in this place called life a million times better. So I want to thank you for that, Michelle, for
Yes.
bringing that nugget and real key
And thank you
to the
for the
space.
activation of
Yes.
with the
So
seraphim
now,
angel
yeah,
in
I
yeah,
the
love
space.
that.
okay,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Me too. And with
yeah.
that being said,
Mhm.
I just want everybody on here to send her some traveling healing energy with her
Yeah,
as
some
she goes
mercies.
across the sea to Jamaica
Thank
to
you.
uh, help the people.
Assist and aid, right?
Yeah, assist and aid the
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that have gone through this devastation there. You know,
Hmm.
we were talking, she said,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when they stop showing it on the news, a lot of people think that it's over
Yeah, everything
when
is
really
okay.
it's not
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
And
8 weeks later, still people, no water, no lights, no government has showed up yet.
Come on,
see
man.
what I'm saying?
This is like, you hear the FEMA stories, but this is serious, okay?
And you're getting ready to go over there on that island that sits on the dragon, and you
Yeah.
will
Wow,
have and be connected
wow.
to your spirit
Woo!
guides over there.
Yes,
And I cannot
yes.
Yes.
wait to
Yeah, to
hear
get the feedback.
about the signs and the symbols and the things
Yes, ma'am.
off.
Yes,
We're going over there now with different eyes.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's gonna be it's really gonna, especially under these circumstances. I've never volunteered for anything like this before. So
Wow.
I know I'm gonna see
Ooh,
some
wee.
things I've never seen before, but I'm gonna hear some stories that I've never heard before as well.
Yeah,
And somehow through all of this, as a collective, we still gonna be all right.
gonna be
Oh
all the
man,
way all right.
always,
All the way all
always.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think with that, man, we want to what I'm saying, to bid everybody a fair evening. We want to send everybody love and light always, and hey, you know what? If you enjoyed this, just continue to tap in, tune in, because there's gonna be much, much more of this as we move further in time. And you guys are gonna be able to experience some more beautiful people like Michelle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you guys are watching this live and you are watching it from your phone, it may be hard for you to scan the QR code. That's fine. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, or whatever you're on, when it is posted, you will be sent the portal on how to apply to be considered for ceremony. Ashe, aho.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank y'all for
you.
coming in here in this live. We appreciate y'all, and we
Love you.
see y'all. Love
We
you
love you too.
too. We will see
All right,
y'all.
everybody have a great weekend. Be safe.
Yes, you
Alrighty, take
too.
care.
All right.
Bye.